if it's working.
You go over to
See if it's working. See if it's working. See if it's working.
You go over to Aurora's. Working here. All right. Good. Weird, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Let's look at the ceiling for a second. I put this in.
So you go over to Aurora's. You tell everybody that you got this note from someone. Read about the Yawning Portal.
It's not necessarily.
Mulgrim says you've got the message, the sending stones. Pip still has one in East Haven. That's very fucking far away. You guys had the messaging stones, right? You had those. As long as Pip doesn't go underground or behind a thin sheet of lead, you guys could discuss. But again, it's not like a whisper,
Right.
It's like someone on speakerphone.
Right.
You guys head toward the Yawning Portal. You walk up the front steps. Mulgrim says he will meet you there later. You head to the Yawning Portal. Right? Are you not heading there, or yes or no? No, yes.
Yep.
No, or yes. Yes. You go to the Yawning Portal. You walk up the steps. Someone steps in front of you. Luna's there with you. He says,
Luna's with us?
"Yeah, she's
It's
awake.
been 4 days.
Nice.
It's
Okay,
been 4
good.
days. She's fully healed."
We might want to see.
Excellent.
We might want to see her before we go.
What might want to wait?
Maybe not like drow. No.
Oh,
Splash some seeming on her.
Seeming? Or she could use a disguise kit. I have disguise kits.
You're
roll
great
to
at-
see if
you're
it
great
works?
at doing. You're great at doing
Do you want
disguises.
to roll to?
Are you gonna white face her?
Let's roll to see if it works. Just for.
You're a white facer.
Oh man.
Want me to roll?
Racist. I want to roll. Yes, sweetheart. You want?
Can I magic pass without trace?
You're still not invisible. Pass without a trace means that you can walk across newly fallen snow and leave no footprints.
Well, last time we were at the Yawning Portal, they let her go in, and then
That's true.
she fought, and
Yeah,
then
that's
Yeah, you're
Well,
So
inside.
she's maybe got a bit of a reputation there. That's not necessary.
It's a bad
She has to get
reputation. It's a bad
saved
reputation.
Right.
from the portal.
Protocol and everything.
Yeah,
so
Pip,
it's not that she's a
Pip jumped
drow.
down there and
Yeah.
saved her.
Yeah,
It's that she's Luna.
Do you want to try disguise, or do you want me to use the seeming spell?
I mean, the Yawning Portal probably has defense against that kind of stuff too, though.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
That's true.
Give me an intelligence check. You spent more time there,
I'll
perhaps.
just transform
Me?
into
No,
a
him.
small
He's
creature.
fine, gentlemen. You've worked there a few nights.
No, it's only an 8.
Well, they hold their gaming and they gamble and stuff like that. You're quite happy with your 12 gold a night and free room there because you put on such fantastic shows.
Oh, he's got a free room, so why would you ever
Well,
want to see
no.
that?
On
When
the
he
nights
works.
before.
Oh, when you work.
When he works, he's not working right now. They've got someone else in there because Usador paid to have somebody in there. Someone else, new and fresh.
It would be
Fresh
good.
face.
Good.
A little more upbeat, a little quicker, right? Faster paced music.
But I've already got Ryan.
Yeah, but you hired other people. You said specifically you paid the price for someone to go into the Yawning Portal.
No, it's true. He's there. I'm happy with my clearly highly competent young.
It is better for me. I saw this Honey Brown when I went to go and that's not very good.
You live to yourself.
I'm doing it. It is disgusting.
So you go to the Yawning Portal. You walk up. You step. A bouncer steps in front of you as you walk up the steps.
What do I do?
Pay
How much?
or play.
That's what he says to me.
Pay or play.
Here, play.
It's either 12 gold or you go to the arena.
I do a performance.
What does that have to do with anything?
I could perform.
The plane
No,
is.
the plan is to go into the
fight.
dungeon, remember, and have to go through the maze.
It is 2 words. He is a massive human who is like ridiculously well built and well dressed, but the clothes do not seem to fit his general lifestyle when you look at his face. He's got a face like a hamburger wearing a
If I say
a
something,
300 silver suit.
if I say something stupid, can I roll for it?
Sure.
Hello kind of stuff.
And
Back
I
just to
might.
make
This
some
would be
space.
Your
diplomacy
rep
as well.
is getting
Would this be?
destroyed hanging out
Well,
with this
yeah,
guy, man.
Would this
Hello
be,
backs out like he's not part of that group.
Oh, she's saying she could turn into a spider and go into my pocket. Okay, done. Spider pocket. So she's hiding in there. And so I just look at him and I'm just beaming and positive and I say, oh, you must not know. I am Usador the Blue. I give him all of my titles. And I said, I've
You
actually...
start giving him your titles.
But did
Pay
you
or
said I
play?
could roll for it?
Okay, I'll roll for it.
16.
16 on a insight check. Because he's calling, he just doesn't want to hear it. He's checking your character.
Do we still have the passes?
He doesn't have any passes.
No, the passes that we were giving away back when, the badges.
Those are city official badges.
Right, but
Those
wouldn't
are
that get
taken
us
away
in?
from you
Right.
because
Yeah,
someone was
when
causing
Aurora
way too
got
much
arrested,
damage.
when Aurora got
Okay.
arrested.
So what
took
you're
the
saying is
photos.
I really can't bargain with this guy. It's not going to happen.
Pay or play. You can try, but pay or play.
But you see, I'm the savior of the one of the
Holy
saviors. of
fuck!
the
Not
city.
everything has to be like a 15-minute spiel. Just fucking 12 gold.
I
and let's
haven't
move on
been
with the
here in a
adventure.
while. I'm
Holy
like,
shit.
sorry, you're not wrong.
Yes.
Carl,
I
you
don't
are
need to
correct.
wait for the titles to talk every 10 minutes. Just
Carl, you're not
It's
wrong.
12
That's
gold already.
fair.
Let's move the plot along.
That's
Holy
fair.
shit.
That's fair. 15 gold. I played the 15 gold. You're not wrong.
It was only
I
12. It
apologize.
was only 12.
Takes
I
the
played
15.
I take
It takes
it.
the 15 now.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. No, fair is fair. I
Tell us,
will-
what do you think of
I
this?
greet him. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good, not bad.
Yeah.
In my defense,
Another
I haven't been
Slow
here in a
this
while.
time
I'm
of
excited.
day.
That's true.
Looking
All right.
forward to heading
Keep me
home to
excited.
bed.
But holy shit,
I don't
let's
blame
move
you.
things along.
Are you
No,
working
you're not
tonight?
wrong.
I'm
Thank
not
you for
working,
saying
but I want to
something.
talk to the manager to see
Just
if I can get
forgive
another
me.
gig
I
coming up.
do.
I'm not
appreciate
mad,
it.
but I'm just saying, like,
No,
come
it's
on.
good.
All right,
It's
I got
good.
you.
I give him a couple gold anyways.
He fist bumps you. Thank you very much. Takes us to gold. And who else with you? Luna's got a pay. Oh, Luna's a spider. Jeez, you
Oh,
guys
you
are so.
suck her in.
You guys are so cheap.
Buddy, they'll pay 5K for a res, but like the 12 gold, he's like, time for me to spend 15 minutes to bargain my way out of it. Haven't you heard? I killed the hags. I brought them. Like,
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
I'll have your job soon. Bring me your manager. I pay your salary.
No,
Usador's the ultimate Karen. That's what he is. He's like-
but he's doing it in a nice way. Big smile.
Really?
He's like if
Oh,
anything, he's so
Sheila.
yeah.
he's
Oh,
so nice
Yeah.
that it's
Infuriating.
infuriating, right?
Yeah.
I'm complimenting his clothing. I'm complimenting his big bright smile. Like it's stupid, right?
He
But it's
definitely,
not
he
insult-
definitely
it's
tells
not
you it was
insulting.
15, not 12.
And
It's 20 now.
that's it. You guys
You're not the kind of patron that we want in this fine establishment.
walk into the bar. Give me a perception check when you walk into the bar. I'll tell you what you see generally. You walk in, tables are pretty bare. There's about 10 other people in there. It's a very large space.
Holy shit, I gotta stop rolling with dice.
With
It's not your chortle dice.
15.
No, that's actually
It's all your bonuses and everything.
Yep.
Okay. You walk in, you see you've got the tape. There's about 10 people in there. It's a very open, very large space. There's 3 floors of seating, all like with like very lavish tables that overlook the portal in the middle of the room. This large open hole that goes
You
down.
get a
It's
charge
actually
up.
17, but
Yeah.
probably
Get it
it's
charged
gonna
up. That's what I do, buddy. Gambler's fallacy, homie. That's what you got to play
So
with.
that's what you do. So you walk in, you see that there's an old man. Well, not an old man, maybe an old
Say no
man.
more. Say no more.
5 years older than me. And there's like early 50s. Cleaning glasses, standing up there. He's well dressed, got an excellent mustache. He's cleaning glasses, looking at him, putting it on a shelf, grabbing another one, cleaning it, pouring himself a shot. He's wearing some lavish jewelry, nothing too ostentatious, just a little ostentatious. He has a bracelet that looks a little out of place. Aside from that, he's the old man who you saw working the bar before. There's
Can I
only one
examine the bracelet?
There's only one serving wench. You see, okay, make a check to
You
observe
mentioned it.
an investigation check.
14, 15, 16, 17. Do I have my
From across the
do I
room.
do I add my intelligence onto that, or is it just
You're proficient. You add your
just the
investigation
proficiency?
is your
right?
wisdom.
Well, and your intelligence.
Oh, okay. Then
If you're
I'm over 20.
okay, you're over 20. Well, how about you over
22.
20? Kind of matters.
22.
So you see it. It's studded with these nice blue gems. But as he's without even noticing, like seemingly casually, put it this way, seemingly casually, he pulls the sleeve down of his thing around there, tuck it in, tucks it back up his sleeve a little further. As soon as you take note of it, you're like, oh man, that's really it. It's slid up his sleeve. We're not even making eye contact with you whatsoever.
Right. Okay.
Very casual. As he continues on with his, cleaning of glasses and whatnot. Maybe 20 seconds. You guys are standing there looking for a table. This foul-smelling 5'6", very thin person kind of walks in. You hear him just quickly toss the money into the to the bouncer. He walks in, walks right past you, doesn't touch you, but you get the smell of him. He smells like the fucking woods in the swamp.
Kind of like that woman I went for a date on a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a little bit. It smells like his boots.
Should bring that story back.
Yeah, like his moccasins could stand to be aired out. But he, gruffly just kind of walks past you. He's got his hood up and he walks over to the bar, sits down very, takes a quick look around, sits down very quickly and orders a drink. Sitting there. He gets his drink, he heads up to the third level. He's sitting up there, overlooking the pit, looking down in there, and he's waiting for he's sat very far away, and the one serving person who's working now has to walk up all those stairs when he wants something. You see him, he clatters some gold on the counter, and he goes up and sits on the third floor. And every time he orders a drink, the serving wench, like a round, fairly portly human, like short, young human female, like a little plump, rolls her eyes and sighs and goes up the three sides.
Can I help her?
Get to deliver. Sure. Well, she's just doing her job. She's just taking the drinks.
I'll just thank her for working so hard in this horrible economy.
You can thank me with your tip, sugar.
I give her a couple silver and help her take it up.
Thanks. Thank you very kindly, sir. She skips away upstairs. Angrily skips away upstairs.
She took the money though, yeah.
Yeah, she did. Absolutely.
Make that money.
With that, I'll go Carl. They're at the Yawning Portal.
All right, let's do it, boys.
Yeah.
Surprise, bitches! I'm back.
So let's see how that goes. Wilbur won't be here next game, so figure that into your thing.
I got it.
And you're with me, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Out of your charge.
And so's Luna.
Yeah, we're just gonna put this so that we can all kind of. Can we all be in?
Where are you gonna sit?
Here.
Yeah.
We're good.
Can I get everybody?
No, not yet. Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. What if I bring it back a little more?
Sure.
There we go.
Perfect.
It works. All right. And if you guys see it mess up and stop working, then you can just let me know.
Sure. Oh, before I need to search something, because I haven't written
All right.
down all my things, but bear in mind, this is what I bought. Carl, I ended up with 7,000 gold.
Okay.
At 5 gold per arrow. I have 1,000 of them, and I still have 2,000 gold. And I will dispense with my 1,000 arrows that I have, and I'll pick and choose them. Okay?
What's that?
Is that fair? I haven't picked my 1,000 arrows that I have off the list yet.
Yep.
But I will do so.
Yep. Sounds good.
They're not all going to be like damaging. Some of them will have effects.
Yep. That's what Rangers do.
That's
That
it.
seems fair to me. It just is what it is.
So, yeah. So when you get set up,
Yep.
look at all that handwriting. Oh my gosh, it's so small.
Stop looking.
I'm not reading.
We're hiding behind the DM screen.
This is from
No one ever
Stormcrow.
gets to see me on
You
the
guys see
Red
this-
Tail
the
Rose.
Stormcrow die?
That's fun. Where'd you get that?
Stormcrow.
What is? I'm sorry. What
It's
is?
an online shop, right?
It's it's a restaurant in downtown Toronto. It's like
Oh.
very nerdly. They have like a
Oh,
big
yeah, you
beholder.
talked
They have a
about that
Cthulhu
place.
thing. We sat upstairs in the Terminator lounge. I got a Cthulhu whiskey flask, which I should fill actually.
Yeah, where's your drink? It's over here. You're gonna want that, right? Oh, it's empty already. You poured so much in there. I can't believe it's already gone. Wow. Wow. No wonder you're just letting him drone on and on like that. All right. I'm just making fun of him. You know, I don't mean anything by you. It's just that, you know, I love UC. He's my favorite character. But let's call a spade a spade.
It's all good.
All right.
Oh,
So
you can see him.
Yeah.
He's very, very flawed, but he's not actually evil. He really isn't.
Whoever believes that they're evil.
I paid for it. I paid for it with a lot. And you agreed.
Yeah, okay. Here's your beer, such as it is.
thank you. Oh, yep. I'll take this back onto my side.
I like that this comes with a.
Oh, I can't really see you, Adam.
Oh, don't worry, I'm good.
I know, but I want to be able to see your face and
Oh,
see if
thanks,
I can pull
sugar.
it back a little bit more, and then we can get everyone. Oh, I can't see use.
More than I thought it was going to.
There we go. All right, I can kind of get the three of you if I do this. Do you want to just scoot more up towards? Do you guys want to just push together a little bit more, like up near the top, and then I can get all three of you in, and then I never have to change the camera again.
Yeah, I can do that.
Who
Alright.
should move?
If you guys all move in, just like a little bit more towards the corners of the
Like take
table.
the corner?
Yeah, just a little like that. That'd be perfect because then I can get everyone in all at once, and I don't have to worry about
that's
it.
sweet.
You'll be able to see. See you there, and I have to
Actually
get
got it
out of
filled
like
now.
here.
Got a little flask?
There we go. Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
You knew the day would eventually come.
Can I take a swig?
Just filled it, yes, sir.
Hiram, can you scoot up there towards him some more too?
yeah.
All right, just look at where you are in the video, and then we'll know whether or not you're good. I think
Yummy.
that's perfect now. Look at that. I got all of you. All right.
Thank
So
you, sir.
you guys have made it to the Yawning Portal. You got that mysterious letter from some BB person. You're sitting down in like the main area, I guess, again, and you see three figures.
Except I'm not.
Except
I'm at the top.
you're what?
I'm at the top. I'm already in there, and I'm sitting at the third floor at the top.
All right, I have to retcon that because you're obviously with everyone.
Okay.
All right, so I have to retcon that part. No. Or you can be at the top, but at the top, he's not sitting alone. He's sitting with two other figures that are also
That you
at
guys
the
didn't
table
see
with
come
him.
in.
That you didn't see come in, but he came down and he made a big point of being the guy who travels up and back
I
down.
just came in and I went right inside.
You went right back up. So we met two other people who are also up on the third floor. So I guess Usador, being the inquisitive fellow that he is, and pissed off that these guys are all up there, probably storms up and after looking around on floor one and
It's the
not
high
seeing-
roller table.
It's the high roller table. That
Well,
makes
I don't
sense.
get angry too easily. I have
Well,
a reason to get angry.
For him being the kind of person he is, might want to be like, oh, why are you making her work so hard when it's everyone's right to do so? But you
100%.
guys are looking for someone anyway, right? So
So we are looking for someone.
why don't you guys give me a perception check and see if you guys can find who it is that you're looking for right now. You guys can do it separately. You can't do it. Only Usador can. Give me a perception check, Goose, because I think that you know who you're looking for. Who do you think
Did you
you're
get a
looking
I
for?
think I'm looking for Beebop.
You think you're looking for Beebop.
Did you
All
get
right.
a
I
glass?
failed the perception
You
check.
don't even need to. You knew what the BB stood for, so
Okay.
therefore I'll just allow you to look for Beebop.
Did
All right.
you get a glass? For
So I want to finish this disgusting beer.
Oh, I'm
first.
sorry.
It's so gross, but
This is
I'm not going
the
to waste
Sleeman?
it. Yeah, I find
It's
it
been in there for a
disgusting.
while.
It's not in it for a while or not. I don't think that's going to change the taste from being bad to good. Like it's just not a good flavor.
You know, it was a good beer until it got bought from, was it Kirin? The Japanese brewery. And I usually don't mind Japanese beer, but it was purchased at one point. And then the beer changed.
I like when we lived in Japan. I drank Kirin all the time.
Yeah, it was a
It
decent
was
beer.
good. I haven't had it 20 years. But
20 years.
The
You
Japanese
lived in
make
Japan?
decent beer. The,
You
I
lived
really
in
like
Japan?
Sapporo when it's
yeah, we taught English there for years.
Can you speak any Japanese?
Not really. Not
Okay.
I used to
enough
be
to get around the
conversational.
stores. But
I
that
was
20 years
conversational,
ago.
and I am like useless now. But I could sit down and talk to someone if they didn't know a word of English.
I watch so much anime these days, man. I'm so into right now Crunchyroll and Eminence of the Shadow. I just finished season 1 of that.
Nice.
I'm in the middle of watching Solo Leveling, which comes out weekly, and it's so
Evangelion.
annoying. What is that?
Evangelion.
Oh,
I
oh,
love
yeah,
Evangelion.
that's such an old. That's old school.
How long
buddy.
did you
Yeah.
stay there?
Just a year.
Yeah, I was here
Yeah,
for a
I
year
love
and a half.
debating
and then
doing a bit
just
longer,
did-
but
Well, you
Like-
must have got your Japanese probably got pretty good after a year.
it was now. I mean, that was 20.
Were you conversational?
Like in the
I worked.
stores,
I
could
was.
get by.
Yeah, I was.
Evergreen
Like, I
is still
took
more.
Classes and stuff.
Okay.
Those are like hardcore, and it's gone.
He existed. He served his purpose. Yep. So anyway, you look through the first floor. You don't see anyone. That's where it's kind of like mostly packed is on the first floor. You get to the second floor. There's less people. You get up to the third floor where that annoying guy was.
I'm wearing mage armor, by the way. I always wear mage armor.
All right, so you've got your mage armor
Always.
active right now, or
Yeah,
not?
always active.
Can you do that? Like
It's
I
8
just-
hours.
8
Yeah,
hours at a
No
time? Okay.
concentration.
So 8 hours, it's just on and everything like that. You work your way up to the third floor.
That spell slot's always empty.
The third floor of the Yawning Portal is very sparsely populated. You see where that annoying guy was that's like making the waitress work, and like he's like ordering one shot, then making her go down. And then by the time she gets back up, he's like, I'll take another shot. Then she has to go back down.
So he's
really
essentially
working her.
going out of his way to be a prick.
He's going out of his way, I guess, to be a prick. As per that description that he gave of his own character, I'm going to basically
Okay.
say that that's the way I envision his character is kind of an asshole.
She needs to be strong.
She needs
For
to be
what's coming.
strong for what's coming. All right, so it's a survival of the fittest. He's apocalypse, basically. We got it.
All right.
At his table, you see Beebop, who's basically not trying to like hide himself whatsoever. He's sitting at the same table as this. What's your class? What's your race?
Elf.
Okay,
Shaved
you
head.
see at the same table as this shaved head elf, who's been annoying the waitress, as well as just like a figure who you can't tell who they are. They're just kind of cloaked at this point in time. Their head is shrouded in a big cloak, and that's it. They're just wearing like a dark cloak that covers their entire body. You can't see any of their features whatsoever. So Bebop's there, and he's like, Usador, Usador, my friend, come hither, Usador, come hither. You can tell that he's been drinking. His once fine like armor that he had, no, that's gone. It's pretty much just like almost basic armor at this point in time. His big warhammer they had, that was like really well crafted. That's pretty much gone as well. It's just like normal gear pretty much at this point in time that he's wearing. All right, you can just assume that he's probably gambled it away, hoarded away, done whatever,
Right.
lost it in some way or another, traded in for gold, whatever the case may be. The elf that's with him and stuff like that kind of casts like a gaze up towards you guys as this is the person you were talking about, meaning you, because you're.
I'm
not exactly who we
watching
thought you'd
Beebop's
be.
reaction
No, what,
to,
you know,
witnessing this
again,
very thin.
Again, I'm
human,
very
but,
handsome and I haven't said anything yet.
You
And
don't
I'm
need
well
to say
dressed.
anything. You're not who he expected you to be. He expected some grand wizard based on the way that you'd been described.
With my clothing, I'm looking pretty good. I haven't opened my mouth yet. He might change his mind once I start talking.
What are you wearing?
present a good.
What are you wearing right now?
I'm wearing my very nice
That was
cloak.
destroyed. Are you sure you're not wearing a pink bathrobe?
No, I bought it.
Covered
I
in
bought it
ice
since-
cream.
No, we got it since because that happened before we fought the ice dragon. I've got a beautiful,
Yep.
like very rich cloak.
I don't remember describing that he bought this. Do you?
I do, yes.
All right. All right.
No,
You've got
no,
a very rich cloak.
Everything
still-
I've got on here, I've got my
When
clothing
they,
is
when they
nice.
did
plus
the
3
dragon
roll.
armors,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
My clothing is
And a book-
is
and
so
a
very
grimoire.
nice. Grimoire. I've got
Both books are at your side at all
I
times.
got
Still
a
doesn't
remember I got a very
that might
nice
just be
magic
what
hat.
he's saying.
I got a nice
Because he's
magic
kind of
hat that's always blowing in the wind,
Yeah.
no matter
Right.
what.
Is that what your character is?
Yeah.
Kind of just like.
I've got
No,
the
he's
dwarf,
sitting there, he
the belt
sees this
of dwarven kind. I look
self-described.
great, but I haven't
He
said
looks
anything
right.
yet.
He's very well dressed, and my stinking
All right.
elf, who
I
could
take it
really
back.
stand to change his moccasins, does not care.
I take it back.
You know his
And I
stance.
am
on
finds
it.
you-
charismatic.
He finds that you meet up then to the description that was given.
He's very ostentatious.
very ostentatious. That's a good way to describe it, I guess.
Yeah.
So he kind of signals you guys over.
And you can see from Mike, he's wearing what looks like filthy, tattered rags. But you take a glance at like some of his his quiver, and he's outfitted. He's just not built for city life.
Gotcha. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a really nice smile, and I'm like, Beebop, it's wonderful to see you. I have a friend here, and I just want to give him a little advice about the tavern.
Where's
I'll
the
be
little
right
guy?
with you. Right with you. And I'm like,
Will this guy be able to bankroll getting you some better gear if we're going back down there?
And very deceptive.
Absolutely. This guy's
and
always
has
loaded.
hurt a lot of people.
He's got all the
Do
money.
not trust him.
All right. Well,
Follow my lead. but this guy is no good, and he certainly wouldn't appear that way either, right?
I hear
Well, I'm
everything
just-
you said.
Compared to you guys.
No, I'm whispering to him. I said I was whispering in his ear.
Roll it.
Buddy.
Oh,
Plus,
shit.
Nice. All right, so you definitely hear everything.
plus 9.
Don't forget, you're playing in a Carl campaign.
Okay.
Let me know if you roll a 1 or a 20, no matter what. I need to
Okay.
know these things. They're very important to me because that's Flavor City, boys. That's Flavor City.
But I don't mention it.
All right.
Like, no, never mind that I heard anything.
Maybe it's not necessary, depending on who you are. It may not necessarily be bad that you heard that.
No,
I guess
I'm
we'll
just
find
saying.
out.
Yeah.
I'm saying
passive
be
is 19.
warned. Right.
Passive is 19.
My passive
Passive
perception
perceptive.
is 19.
All right. And what's your character's name? I need that. That's the last thing I need for my notes.
And Luna,
Ramatharian
again,
Isletson.
All right, so what do you go by? Rama?
Rama.
Okay, so Luna would have heard
Some
all
call
of
me
this too.
Tharian.
Yeah.
But Rama.
Rama or Therian. Got it. Rama it is. All right,
And
so,
we've got Luna as well.
so where's the little guy?
Oh, I'm sure he's is he at the tavern?
No,
at a
he's,
tavern.
Not at
he's
the
at a tavern.
He's not at the Yawning
He
Portal.
said while you guys were recovering, he had some things to take care of.
You go back to the Red Tail Rogues. I want to make sure that it's always like playing and stuff like that because it's gonna be important for what's his name for Mobram,
Yeah.
right?
He's not going to watch this. He's already said he won't watch it. But
All sucks to be him.
At least
Watch
we've
the
done.
last one. or
At least we've
last
done it.
couple
I
parts.
find them entertaining in the background. Yeah,
I'm
they're
not gonna watch
Your
3
wife
hours
and my
of it,
wife
but I'll look at it.
complained about how they'll show up sometimes and
I'm-
they'll listen. They'll
my
see
wife
us listening to
complained?
our own voices. They're like, "What are you doing? Listening to yourselves talk?" That's what my wife told me.
My wife complained.
I skipped over.
but you listening
I
to
skipped
your
over
own
all of the
things, like-
criticisms
Oh,
of
yeah.
snacks. And
Yeah.
There's a lot of that talking about different chocolate bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Which
But-
is cool when you're stoned, but if you're listening to it, it's
yeah, well, there's that one game where we seriously played for 10 minutes and then just talked.
We talked about Howard the Duck for a long
Yeah.
time. Like, yeah,
The Howard the Duck part got cut out though. That's why I have to make sure that this plays and that we get it all right. Because especially for this part, this is
yeah. The
important
last
part.
game you didn't miss much. We just basically got the
Yeah.
party back to Waterdeep, and it was like
oh,
all
I
nonsense.
I was there. I watched it. It's like chocolate bars. Okay.
Yep.
These snacks. It's like that's
Yeah,
okay.
and
it's
then
okay, but-
and then we did. All the ones before that are good. That one wasn't bad either.
That was fine.
That was
It was
quite
just
funny.
Oh, it was a good night.
looked
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you guys were having a great time. I wish I
It was
was
a good time.
there.
It was a good time. So anyway, Beebop gestures you over to the table. It's obviously a table that's made for 8, and only the 3 of them are there. And he says, "We've been waiting here so long for you to get back. We weren't sure if you'd ever return, but this is the last place that I thought that we might be able to run into you."
Waitress, pull up a chair, boys. Waitress,
She comes scurrying back
stomp, stomp,
up.
stomp.
Yeah, takes your order. She's actually, this time she's smart. She came up with the same drink you'd ordered last time. Do you want a different drink than what that drink was last time, or do you want the same
I'll
drink?
take that one. I'd also like give me a double shot of rye. Just 2 fingers, don't miss.
She gives it to you. She goes back
I
down
throw a
again. She
coin.
thought she was smart.
I
She
put a
thought she was
coin on the
smart.
table. I put a platinum coin on the table near me. She's done a lot of work. I put a platinum piece on the table near me.
Oh, so maybe you're not as selfish as I initially thought that you were.
She's gone up and down 5 or 6 times. She needs to know that
So you
effort
treat her
is
like
rewarded.
shit, but she's paid for
All right. When she
Okay.
sees the
it. She
platinum,
probably doesn't
then she
care.
hurries. Now she's moving it and stuff like that. She's working off some of that pudge weight that you said that she
I'm
had.
doing this for you, fatty.
She loves it. She loves it.
Yeah.
So anyway, as you guys sit down, you can see.
I will go. There's nothing wrong with being a bit on the heavier side.
Is your guy like pudge
I'm
or is it?
450 pounds.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
your
a turtle guy.
That's a racial stat though, not
I
necessarily.
know, but I also can't sit on any of these bar chairs.
I think
So
you're
you're
also
not.
a
So you're just
decent
like what?
guy.
Sitting on your.
This
sitting
guy
on
is
your
like,
shell.
unlike me, he's sitting there totally perfectly balanced. His feet are not on the table, though they look like they are. And he's like on his 2 legs of his chair. Like, I meant no disrespect. I've never met one of your kind before.
Yeah, he looks kind of
So I
strange, doesn't
do.
he?
I do frequent. He does, but I do frequent. Do you live in a swamp? I do see lots of turtles, not humanoid turtles, and Respectfully, sir, I have to. He knocks on your shell.
Yeah, Beebop wants to knock too. Bebop's knocking too.
That is
Anyone
cool.
else in there?
That
He's
is
kinda
cool.
talking into it.
And I just
Does this
say,
act as natural armor?
I don't wear
I
armor.
just say not too angrily, but just sort of like, come on, you can do better. I'm like, that's a microaggression.
He's mentioned you to me. I know nothing about this person, and that's just cool.
Well,
I gotta say, there are some lizard folk who would pay handsomely for you, but unfortunately for you, but I won't sell you out to them.
I thought the
I don't have any trust for the
I'll,
lizard folk.
I'll kind of
I'll keep
off
you.
my hat and say,
I'll
I
keep
appreciate
you on the sly from the lizard folk.
And hey, look, the dark one's here too. Hey, darky.
No, she's a spider in his pocket.
Oh, she's a spider in the pocket. That sucks.
She's there as like our backup.
Yeah. All right. So the spider in the pocket exists. Got out of paying the 12 gold. Got it.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. It makes sense now. It
Well,
all makes
well,
sense.
Bring up a little shape change to
That
say
she's a
12
drow.
bucks.
We don't know how that would be taken, and
I'd say it's
also
more
we
that
know we're
she's
going
Luna.
into an
I'd say it's more that she's Luna and is like not looked upon fondly because
Luna,
of her previous
and it's
actions.
Pip's not there
possible,
because
too.
Pip's the one who jumped down to save her.
Yep.
That violates the terms of the Yawning Portal.
Yep.
Now, not saying it wasn't entertaining.
But for whether
So
you
that
get
might
arrested
be
and stuff like that.
somewhat
Yeah.
like not bad if it's not an.
Well, I bet now
Pip
if
will come
Luna
out
were
better
to,
than
if
Luna.
Luna were to pop out
Yeah.
now, I'll bet that no one would care if she was to turn into like drow form now up on the third floor, having passed the bouncers and passed the barkeeps and so. I'll bet no one would even bat another eye. It'd just be another drow in a place where all manner of freaks are welcome.
Oh, we're still not that frequent, but they do exist within
I
the.
said freaks.
Freaks.
All manner of freaks are
Freaks.
welcome. Yeah. Not frequent, but freaks.
Ah.
So, as you get over there, and you're sitting down, and you hear the robed one. You hear the robed one whisper a little bit. He says, "Is this the one you told me about?" He says that to Beebop and Rama. To which they reply, "Yeah, he's the one. He's the one." And
Apparently, he's the one.
he's the one. And he kind of draws back his cloak just slightly to reveal. Do you speak demonic or anything like that? Do you have anything to do with demon? Can you do a lore check? Do you have any lore type stuff or what?
I
Do you
I
have
speak
lore?
Infernal.
You're a bard. You speak infernal?
I speak
Okay.
Infernal.
What about you?
I've got history. Like that's what lore is now.
Okay, then you can give me a history check, and you can give me
We've
a
got
history check.
Arcana.
You can give me an
obviously.
Arcana check, and you can give me a history check.
Natural 20.
Not 20?
Nice.
So you recognize that he's a straight up demon. But as far as like what you've heard in the stories and stuff like that, this has got to be one old.
I've got
ass.
a 19.
So you also
23.
realize the same thing.
Yeah.
But this guy's a straight up demon. He's one old ass demon. You can tell that he's like weathered. Even for a demon, you can tell that this guy is old.
And as
Just
I
based
sit
on what
back
you've
and
heard
I
about him.
watch the realization of this fact wash over their faces, I analyze
That's right.
it. I analyze it for their response.
For a moment, he looked human, but he kind of dropped what he was looking like because he was under a little bit of like a minor illusion, making himself look more human so he'd fit in, be able to get into the bar and stuff like that. And obviously his illusion was strong enough that he was able to get past the doorman, but he's kind of dropped it a little bit and then he kind of puts it back up again. So he looks human again to you guys, right? But he made it known that he's not.
Okay,
how
so
he's
I'm
been.
gonna be. I guess if you're looking up at me, you're gonna see a little bit of fear flicker across my face, but then some determination
It
afterwards.
says, "Be not afraid."
So it's like, oh,
Be not
I'm afraid, and then I'm like,
Hello's more
okay.
interested.
I
This is a cool story coming.
I'm an ally. I'm here to help. For you see, the world as you know it is in great peril. There has been an artifact that's been unleashed that's been unfound by these fellows, and he kind of points towards Beebop and Rama. It says they will have repercussions for all of Waterdeep, for all of the Forgotten Realms, even if we don't stop them.
The waitress comes up. I order a double round and tell her to hurry, and I push the flat teas over to her. So she's got to come up with like twice, like enough beer for twice of it.
she's probably sprinting at this
She's
point.
fucking hot. Like she's sweating.
But she's definitely willing to put in the work. You can see her. She's jiggling all over the place on her way down, and she's
Huffing
putting in
and
the work
puffing.
for
She's
you.
going as fast as she
Huffing
can.
and puffing like
She
the
might
Magic
wear it
Dragon.
well, but she's doing what she can.
You got it.
She's
So,
gotta-
so she's pretty.
She's
She's
got
large, but she's pretty.
She's got to be able to run.
Right. Slap the fat and ride the wave.
So it's kind of like one of those things. Double tap. work on cardio. You know, the rules of the zombie invasion. That's what he's trying to impress into her and stuff. It seems. Right. The demon says, and this is going to be
I've been
like
stricken with visions. You know, your Beebop might know that. That might be what had led us all already to meet this demon, but my guy is stricken with visions.
what,
Once
like
every-
nightmares from his
Once
experiences.
in like cycles with the moon, he's like stricken with visions of an impending doom that's coming.
Of an impending doom that's coming. Is that like a character ability or what?
It's in my background. I'm stricken with visions.
Oh, okay. That's your guys.
So that's
okay.
that's my take on it.
So that makes sense then in that case because you're actually literally living within. And just so you guys know, Adam doesn't have a lot more information than you guys do.
I don't know what's
After-
been a
after
dream and what
tonight-
hasn't. I don't know nothing.
After tonight, you guys will all be on the same page. But Adam's character, Rama, was adventuring with Beebop when this whole thing happened.
Okay.
So Beebop talks a little bit too, and he says, "Yeah, my friend here, his name's what's your name again?" And the demon kind of says, "Eben Barakasanorian, but you can just call me Eben because my full name wouldn't even be pronounceable in the human tongue, basically. So you can just call me Eben." And Beebop goes into the story about how
Second
they,
name Flo.
Evan and Flo. Yeah. So Bebop's going to tell the story about how they ended up here, basically, and Evan will fill in some of these gaps, and we've got Rama that fills in some of these gaps. But overall, what I'm going to tell you now is the story is recounted by Evan, Rama, and Bebop.
How many times have I gone after this thing?
This you didn't even know.
Okay.
You didn't even know. This was all happen chance, everything that happened.
Okay.
So basically, Beebop and Rama were part of a large adventuring group, and they're kind of describing this, okay? There's like 8 or 9 of them, all high level. We're talking level 11s, 13s, maybe a couple 8s and 9s in it, but we're talking like 8 or 9, like fully equipped, really well, like versed adventurers or part of an adventuring party.
They're all too slow.
They're all too slow. Yep, you can enter your things there when you want to make your little quips and stuff because you were there and you can do it. And they would do dungeon runs. They would straight up go. They would find a map that they could. They would find a dungeon. They'd plunder it for its loot and magic items. They'd sell it. They'd make merry. Bebop ended up becoming part of this group because he was friends with, what's the name of that guy again? Gus Morrissey.
Yeah.
And Gus Morrissey, actually, you can tell now when you kind of take a look under his rags that he's wearing some
Of the black dragon leather, sort of leather that your characters had made and sold a couple of suits of that to Gus Morrissey to make more suits of armor.
Right. So when Bebop left your party and stuff like that, he said when hey, no need to be mean. When Bebop left your party, all right, because he ripped you off.
And framed you. But let's forget about
that. And framed you.
Haven't forgot about it.
He went and he kind of linked
I'll
up
be
with these
telling
guys.
Talos later about all of this. I don't think he'll think it's all that great.
Rama basically was sort of friends with Bebop through Gus Morrissey, and Bebop managed to join this adventure
who also
party.
robbed Gus Morrissey.
Yeah, but either way, he was dead. What's he gonna do with that stuff? He was dead.
Allegedly.
He was slain. We saw his corpse on fire or whatever it was. Like
His shop was burned down. I'm sure all his
yes,
wares burned up in it.
allegedly everything was burned up, including the door that was erased on purpose, not on purpose. And that would lead to the dwarven weapon cache and the dwarven.
The Morden kind is magnificent.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was great. It was great. So suffice to say, Beebop joined this adventuring party. They went, they had a good time. They plundered dungeons and stuff like that. They made a bunch of money. Beebop, of course, gambled it all the way. That's why he's wearing basic gear and stuff like that. This way, he's got like +1, +2 gear, but nothing that's like what he used to have when he was with you guys. All right. One of their dungeon runs, the last one that they had, they came upon this very ancient dungeon. But as they entered it, they solved some riddles, did some puzzles, fought some like undead warriors and some like just straight up mostly undead at this point in time because we're talking Cobweb City. Anything that would have like needed to feed on like blood and meat and stuff like that no longer existed within these caverns because they hadn't been accessed in so long. So fought the undead, solved the puzzle, solved the riddles, made it to the main chamber. And within that chamber, there was arcane, like they found a box. And that box was like sealed off using arcane runes. And it was also physically trapped and it was magically trapped. And since they're such high level party, between the 3 mages that were with them, they managed to unlock all the arcane bindings. The rogues that were with them managed to de-arm the traps and everything like that. They managed to open up this chest. Within the chest was a gem. And that gem seemed to suck in the light from all of the torches that were around them and all of the artificial light that was there. It's almost like that gem was radiating darkness, if that makes sense. And as soon as the lid popped on that chest, the party felt like they were being watched. They felt like suddenly something's got eyes on us. Whatever it is that we undid here, it was keeping eyes off of this chest. And now we've opened the chest, we've undone these bindings, and things know about this. They know about the gem. They know that it's been unearthed. So the party, though, at this point in time, they're just like, all right, yeah, whatever. Like, we're used to this. We're all high level. None of us really, like, we care, but at the same time, nothing we haven't dealt with before. And they go about their merry ways. They leave the dungeon and everything like that. And that night, they set up camp as they always do, and they've got watch and everything like they always do. And they're still well prepared. Like, don't forget, we're talking high level adventurers here. We're not talking some chumps that are just like, oh, we accidentally managed to get this. But still, that night, they were attacked. There was by demons, basically. Those demons went on a murderous rampage, slaying every single person in the party, except for Beebop and Rama. And the only reason that Beebop and Rama were even saved is because this old demon, EBON, showed up, fought against his own kind, opened a dimension door, basically, and managed to get Beebop and Rama out of there.
Okay.
And EBON
with
is
the
basically...
jewel or without the jewel?
No jewel.
No jewel. So the jewel was taken by the demons, and Rama or EBON would have tried to save more people if he could have. And don't forget, so like when I'm saying these things, like some of it is EBON saying it, and some of it is Rama saying it, some of it is Beebop saying it. So it's just me abridging the story, just so you guys know kind of what happened. All right.
Rama is also just flavoring it with telling of times he stepped in some of his comrades on the way to get out.
Like it was a pretty vicious battle, and literally all these guys got massacred. The gem got taken, and EBON showed up. Dimension doored them out of there, and he's not like a weak magic caster, but he's not as strong as he once was because he's like an ancient demon. So EBON ended up saving them. And when questioned as to, hey, why did you fight against your own kind and stuff like that, EBON says basically, I've been alive a long, long time, and I know what happens every single time that the demons try and take over the ethereal world. What ends up happening is either Elminister shows up and kills us all, or like Drizzt shows up, slaughters all of us. Either way, all my brethren end up getting killed. So I am not, and he's going to get into further what the gem does. And he says, I am not up for creating another war between demons and humans and elves and the members of this ethereal world, because we always lose. It always sets us back like millennia, hundreds and hundreds of years even. While we regroup, we never gain anything out of it, and we just always are defeated. I don't know why, because I mean we're demons, we're pretty powerful and stuff. Like they just took out your people, but I just want to stay demons in the abyss, humans in the ethereal world, and like let's just leave each other alone pretty much. And we've got a good thing going in the abyss with our little caste system of like Batazoo and so on, all the way down to like the little guys. And you guys do whatever you do here. We don't really care, but I don't need like us being slaughtered like happens every single time, as is evidenced over these millennia. Because if we could do it, we've already taken this place over, right? And said we're always stopped. Okay. So
can I ask what
you
is
can interrupt
the
at any point in time.
What's going on with what is such a big deal with this jewel? Like why have you gone to these efforts?
So the reason why we're on the run basically now is because we're loose ends. We know what's coming. We know that the demons now have this gem of darkness. And that gem of darkness is one of two gems that's required to open a celestial gateway between the worlds. And there's two gems. There's the gem of darkness and the gem of light. And one of them is put into the demon world, into the abyss, on an altar, the same altar where it was created. And if the gem of light is also put on the altar and not destroyed, then it has the capacity to open up the celestial gateway. And if the gateway is opened, which takes a little bit of time for it to activate and everything like that, then the demons can just flow forth through this gateway, and it can basically do a full-scale invasion, unlike anything that the ethereal world has ever seen.
You ever seen a demon moving at full speed?
So, and we're
you
not
ever seen a grown man shit while running at full speed?
And at this point, we're not talking one.
See them both at the same time.
We're not talking a dozen demons.
In the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah, we're talking hundreds of demons that are already mobilized at this point in time and are now also looking for the gem of light. right? Because they've got half of it, and if they find the other half, it's a done deal. They're coming in here. They're going to slaughter everyone. The only way that we can stop this is by getting that gem of light, putting it on the altar, and destroying it before they get the gem of light, put it on the altar, and complete the ritual. Because the only way you can destroy this gem is on the same place where it was created, which is on these altars, right? So he's basically saying, I have a lead. I know it's near Waterdeep is where this actual gem is. We needed more people to help us out at this point in time. And Beebop here said that he knew of a great wizard, which, I mean, you seem at least capable to me. But I mean, I'm not in my prime anymore. Like Charisma 17, 18,
Certainly
19,
seems well
whatever it
funded.
is. I mean, this is an ancient demon basically at this point in time, right?
Certainly seems well funded.
He does seem well funded. That I can attest to. But basically, if we don't stop these guys, and Beebop said that you would probably be able to help because you're Usador the Good, the defender of all things righteous, and you wouldn't want this to happen, right? And see all these people killed. Then everyone's going to die. So I've got some leads as to where the gem could be. I've heard rumors that its hiding spot has been located in the forests here near Waterdeep, even because it was hidden there by a great mage the last time that the gem was here. But that's pretty much all we know.
Let's see.
I believe you.
You believe me? All right. Well, these guys fit Beebop. I'll say this.
I have a 19 plus a lot. I definitely do not believe.
Oh no, that
you don't
just
have to
tells you. That just tells you that would be an insight check,
Yes, an insight.
and that
check.
tells you as to whether or not you believe he is lying or telling the truth.
19.
All right. So plus your bonuses,
like
whatever.
4.
You can choose to believe or disbelieve at this point in time. Bebop was
I'm
there.
not getting any sense with a 19.
With a 19, you would know whether or not what Carl's.
Well, he's over 20 with his intelligence. Right?
That's
well
fine.
over trying.
So
So
basically,
Like I'm almost
you
30.
don't believe him, but he's telling his story. Your character can not believe him. You don't really sense his intentions.
Doesn't insight give you a sense?
Well,
of the
insight would let
intentions?
us know if
Yeah.
He's telling
So-
the truth or not.
He's attempting to see if he's lying.
Yeah.
With
so
like a
as far as
28,
you
I
can
should
tell-
be able to have a really good sense of whether he's lying
As
or not.
far as you
realistically.
can tell, he's telling the truth. And he's also got
A lot of
Bebop.
wiggle room there.
Well, he's
With the
also got
28,
Bebop.
My
lot of
character
wiggle
is
there.
nodding along.
He's
behind
got
him.
Bebop and Rama, who were there.
Are you going to vocally disagree
and
and
witness it?
accuse one of my party members of lying?
What I'm gonna say is I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna say this is wow, there's a lot going on here. I'm stunned. There's a lot to think about. My good friend Beebop, how did you meet him?
I've never seen any of these guys before the Gem of Darkness was uncovered, and I tracked the Gem of Darkness, and when I saw that the demons were making a play for it, I just tried to save as many of this party as I could to basically tell them the story and try and recruit other allies so we could find the Gem of Light before the demons did.
I see.
Like that's basically what I want to do here. Is I don't want to see my buddies get killed. Like I've got family down there. It's going to cause an all-out war. All the demons are going to come through the Celestial Gateway, and they're going to invade the material plane. So that's pretty much
I
the
don't,
options
I
I
don't
got here.
know you yet, and so it's fair to me to be
Well,
a bit skeptical.
you don't need to know me. In fact, if you don't want to help, I'm sure there's other adventures that could.
I'm not saying that yet, but seeing as we just met, I'm sure you would understand. It's good for me to ask some.
Absolutely.
questions.
Ask away. Ask any questions you want. I am fully open to you. You may ask me any questions that you have.
You make a good argument to say that you're older and you've seen what's
Thousands
happened,
of years old at this point in time.
and that's very respectable. And I could see there's logic to your argument that you might not want to see this kind of war, and I could understand why, especially with your experience. How would you feel? How would you feel if the demons were successful?
Well, they'd obviously kill me too for betraying them, for saving these guys and defeating a few of my own brethren on the way out. That
Tell
ever
us,
happens, I'll
what
kill
are
you
your
first.
thoughts on this?
That's totally fair. I don't think there's much I can actually do to defend myself even against you guys. I mean, my prime has already passed. I'm just some old.
You're saying I won't let them take you.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it for you
Thanks.
instead.
All right. Thank you. Make it quick and painless if you could.
Better to die at the hands of a friend.
Well, we didn't show up to kill anyone Let's be clear
I'm
about
well
that.
beyond my prime.
We're
That
not
dimension
here
door
for
pretty
anything like
much
that.
drained me of a lot of my magical energy. So I do what I can. I want to save as many people as I can. Not all demons are bad. We've all got motivations, of course, but at the same time,
Some demons are really good.
oh my goodness!
Well, I am just speaking from experience.
Wow, that's things get more and more peculiar. Things I didn't know about my traveling companions. I don't know so much if I can call you allies, but basically, if you want to help and you want to help defend your world, then that's great. But I need to find allies who will basically try and help me find the gem of light. And according to Beebop here, oh yes, you in particular, Usador, are a great mage who would be able to help us find first the gem of light, and then hopefully put together a celestial map to get us to the gateway somewhere it's somewhere, as far as we can tell, the altar is somewhere on the boundary between the astral and the ethereal plane for us to actually destroy it. And you can have it. You can hold it. I don't even want anything to do with it. Like, you can be the ones to find it. You can be the ones to keep it. All I want is for it to be destroyed so that there's not an all-out war.
Well, what time of day is it?
Does it make sense to say that I would know where the altar is, so that so I make a rough area?
Do you
So,
want to go back?
I
and
can
talk
cast
to
a spell.
Aurora?
If we
Maybe
can
we
somehow
pick up the
assemble the
apprentice, get some
celestial
information.
map, which is another piece that we need, once we have the gem, we can assemble the celestial map, then that will take us to the altar. But I can't get us to the altar using my magic before I know where the altar is, and the only way to do that is with the celestial map, which we also don't have. So we don't have the gem, we don't have the map, right? But I know that the gem's around here.
If we know the dark stone is in hell or wherever it is,
Yep.
And
would it be
those-
easier for
your
us to go
nuts
there
over
and destroy it?
Adam?
We'd still
You're
need
not.
a celestial map in order to
Oh,
get
go ahead,
there.
have that.
And if I know anything about the denizens of hell and the abyss, it is going to be very, very well guarded, and I don't think a frontal assault is going to be our best bet.
I'm sure they'll be
So
happy to have us.
Yeah.
So it's going to be easier to go the other way then.
Some of us
If we
more than
can-
others.
It doesn't matter. We don't have to destroy both gems. We have to destroy a gem to prevent both gems from being activated, basically. That's it. Like, as long as we break one gem, then everything should be okay. Like, then that will thwart their plans. We don't have to destroy them both. Just one of them needs to be destroyed. If we could destroy the dark gem, sure. If you want to somehow find the celestial map, make your way into the abyss, and fight through literally the armies that are going to try and come through that portal, instead of just finding the gem first, which right now we kind of have a lead. Through my own studies, I know it's near Waterdeep, which is where we are right now, somewhere in the forests, in fact. Perhaps there's a sorceress or another mage of renown who might be able to scry for it or something like that, and give us a little bit more information.
I
But
think he's asking you, or
but
maybe you.
for now, I mean, I feel like that would be the easier way. Like, I might be able to get us back into the abyss,
He
so, like,
uses his
because that's where I'm
Fire
from.
knife and cleans the muck off.
But I know that it would be well guarded there. I know
Okay.
for sure. We're talking, and like I said, we're not talking one demon.
Yes,
We're not
right?
talking 10. We're talking hundreds of demons and archdemons and the whole army of the abyss.
If we can either find parts of this map, or at least people who have physically seen and can adequately describe parts of this map, I can find them. I can locate them, but we don't know our way around the city. I can't find the people who would know the information. I need to have the information. And perhaps I could ask the winds to guide me
Well,
toward the...
I've also heard that there was a great sorceress that lived in these areas as well. One that I'd heard of from 50 years ago, someone by the name of Edward. I don't know if he still exists or not, but
He's a powerful necromancer, last I heard.
is that Edward or is that? Is that
Edgar.
Edgar.
That's am I
Or is
talking?
it Edgar? I can't remember.
Edgar was the powerful necromancer, yeah.
Yeah, so Edward is who I'm referring to.
Oh.
Edward, I believe his name was a powerful wizard who was part of like a council of wizards that I briefly interacted with 50 years ago, perhaps it
Is
was.
that Aurora's dad?
Edgar.
No, Edgar's the necromancer.
Evan Shield. Edgar.
It was Edward.
Edgar.
Oh,
It was Edward Elven Ring.
Edward Elden Ring. That's it. Edward Elden Ring. So
that was his name.
Oh,
I
I
knew
don't
him
know who that is,
briefly.
but
I knew
Yeah.
him briefly back in the day.
I do, but I don't.
I don't know if he still lives or
I
any of his
think
If none of these
I've
guys
heard
know,
of
I can
this,
ask questions. You know what? Give me a day. I can find. Give me a couple hours. I can probably find him. But what do you want done to this guy?
I know
Or
this
with
man.
this guy?
I'm hoping that maybe he still has some magical resources that would help us locate the gem so that we can find it. Especially
I
when
know
it's in
this man
area.
well.
You know of this wizard?
Oh, sweet! And he grabs his glass. I don't have to go anywhere. Look at this. Great. Tell me more. Where do we find this gentleman?
Well, your story is intriguing, and certainly you've given me no reason to distrust you. So I very much could be on board with this, but it'd be exceedingly inappropriate for me to direct you to him without speaking to him first. In fact, I know for
I
a
need
fact.
not even come with you. I could stay here at the Yawning Portal. Like
I think that would be best. Perhaps if you just write a note with some things you're interested in, a little bit of your background, and I'll share your story. I do know
letter
that
of
if I were to
introduction.
bring you there, it would probably not result in something that would help either of us. I think we'd be more likely to need to do some introductions ahead of time, and I could share your story.
I
with
need
them.
not even go. I just want to facilitate us destroying the gem. So if
You
you'd
can't see
like,
anything.
you can go without me altogether,
You're invisible.
No, you just can't see me anymore.
Okay.
and you can just let him know that, as far as I can tell, we're searching for a glade that can only be seen in the witching hour. That's all that I know. A silver glade seen in the witching hour that is near water deep in the forest that's surrounded, because that's where the wizard that initially found it from hundreds of years.
In
Tried
the
to-
forest
tried
surrounding
to do it.
Waterdeep, as I have the Wanderer background, are there any glades that I know of in the vicinity of Waterdeep, as I can always find my way unerringly in the woods, and the forest is my favorite terrain?
In that case, I will let you roll for it. Go ahead.
20 plus.
You actually know of a
Wow.
glade that's known as the Silverwood Glade, and you've heard actually about it within that 20. You've actually heard that it's
It's the first time I've heard him talking about it by name.
What?
It's the first time I've heard him talking about it by name. Otherwise, I'd be able to tell him I knew about it before. Obviously,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
needed more people. He's
Yeah,
protecting me
The fact that you
from
needed-
myself.
The fact that
Nice
now
enough.
he's letting you know about this, right? Means
Yeah.
that you can just now draw upon your knowledge, and you've even heard about the witching hour, and that strange things have happened there at that time.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you could
Odd
you-
tom-tom drums hammering in the distance, reminiscent of a beaver's tail slapping on the water.
So,
What type
Reminds me of my ancestors tapping the drums
so
briefly
you don't know
as they
exactly-
stare off into the distance.
What type of beaver, and would they be interested in coming to my
Oh,
orgies?
the great bald beaver. Great bald beaver.
So with that nat 20, you actually know the general direction of the glade as well.
But there's a specific place in the glade that perhaps this Edward may know of. They have more information before we venture there.
Perhaps.
So-
Perhaps.
Or knowledge of the stone or the maps and all that.
Or knowledge
It might-
of the
I
stone
can
maps
take us to this
associated.
glade, but perhaps we should speak to this Edward that you seem to know so well and pick his brain.
Well, I think that's a good idea. Again, you've given me no reason to distrust you, but I'm a cautious individual, and there are other people I need to consult with first, because I would not be the only person involved in this party. I have a very powerful and trustworthy apprentice who would love to be part of this, and perhaps some other people of value who might be interested in coming along. I cannot speak for them without speaking with them first, and I'm not willing to join anything if they are not part of it.
But you
I-
can arrange an introduction with this Edward person.
I think it is likely, but again, I can't speak for him. But I will do my best to facilitate that. And
Just so you know,
and
Adam
we will
doesn't
use
know
his
anything
wisdom.
else.
I know
beyond
nothing
this
about it. I'm
point.
just enforcing
All right, he is-
his angle. I'm out.
he
Like this
also
guy
knows
so
nothing.
far is I actually know nothing about where we're going, what we're doing. But you can arrange. I'm all for getting it done because this goes to the end of ridding my visions. And putting a stop to my visions.
I can't
Is this
speak for
gentleman
other
a
people.
wizard of some repute? Apparently, you've heard of him.
Oh.
Is this man a wizard of some repute?
Yes. He's a wizard of great repute.
Some highfalutin guy.
In the interest of honesty, I will say that I cannot speak for anybody else, but I can say what if you said has troubled me and intrigued me, and I will spend my energy right now going out to see what I can do to look into what's going on and come back with further information for you should those people I speak with deem it appropriate.
I have nothing to hide. I will be forthcoming with any information you want from me. Feel free to ask me any questions that you want. If you need any additional information, I just want to assist in basically preventing the slaughter of my kindred.
That seems
Which is what I assume is probably going to happen if they ever were to open this gateway. As this happened, and I've seen it happen countless times over my long years, or else we would have already taken this, quite frankly, hellish place, which makes me long for the abyss over.
You have convinced me that this is something that I will get information from people who may have more knowledge, and I will take your request very seriously. I will put aside any other.
I'll go with them to make
things
sure
I
that
have.
they take your request seriously. Since this is some
Very well.
highfalutin, what is he? A human gent? Is he an elven gent? What kind of person is this Edward?
Well, to be fair, I may choose to invite you along.
oh,
well,
I'm not
I have-
asking.
Well, then perhaps I don't need to go at all.
Oh, I think you should go. I can find myself. I can hunt them down myself. I can hunt them down myself.
Yeah, I suppose that you could. Let's try and avoid any unnecessary conflict. We're all on the same side here. We don't need to have unnecessary bloodshed, especially if they do make it through. I've seen your fighting capabilities, and you'd be a valuable asset.
I don't outright trust this human
Oh,
to go and to stay true to his word and
Nor
express
do I.
the importance of the mission that we're on.
all I know is Beebop,
All we have is his
said-
word.
and then Beebop said he was trustworthy, and he's apparently Usador the Pure, and we have heard these silly bards singing his praises every street corner we go to. It's quite infuriating, actually. Everywhere I
Pays
go,
for bards.
Usador this and Usador that. I just
I
can't
am
stand
simply
it.
looking. I am looking, and I have found a wonderful young man with very low self-esteem. I was seeking an apprentice of very low self-esteem so I could give this young man the confidence that he deserves to have.
I'm sorry, when I started talking, you could see me again. Sorry.
And
Was he the one singing with this turtle creature over here? Because I remember, because you were in the Yawning Portal quite a few times. I've seen your performances quite a few times, and this one time there was a strange-looking lad with you.
Oh, that was at the
very-
stables.
I was at the stables. Okay, all right. I didn't see it, but
And
I've
so-
seen the
so
turtle.
that-
We
that-
stopped
here
there for
before.
lunch the other day.
We might have. We might have.
that
It
is
cheap,
that
but
was
money is
the
of no
purpose
object
of the
to
bards.
us.
It has nothing to do with aggrandizing myself. And indeed, would you trust someone who would betray a friend who I will say immediately would not be interested in meeting someone without being vouched for? Would you trust someone who would betray a friend? I don't think that that's something you would ask of me. I will say this though. I will say this.
Trust people to be people.
Trust people
Humans
to
to
be
be
people.
humans doubly so.
Well, in that case, I think perhaps a compromise. This
Beebop.
seems something that's very important to you. But again, I'm not going to I'm not going to dishonor Edgar by bringing someone he's not met to the door.
I was
Beebop says, "Oh, Usi, that's all water under the bridge in Patsia. We had a good time. Look at you. You're still here. Nothing bad happened. That was just all water under the bridge. Wasn't it great?"
I give Beebop a big, toothy grin with the power pyramid, and I say, "Beebop, it is so good to see you. I am very
You
much
too.
looking forward to to spending lots of time with you.
As am I, like the good old days.
Absolutely. And in fact, I am so happy to see you. I would be heartbroken if I took my eyes off you for longer than necessary.
You like what you see?
Absolutely, Beebop.
Not
And,
again.
And it is
They
Seen
all
this show
like what
twice
they
this
see.
week already.
it is
Oh, that last one cost me the last of my gold.
I know,
Let me
you
some
fat
more. Let
fuck.
me some more.
your
Loan
kind-
you
your
some more. This
kindness
guy
and
should be
honesty,
bankrolling you.
has
Pay
made
you
you a
back
role
eventually.
model to all. A
Look
role
at what
model
he's
to all.
wearing.
I
God, he
see
could
it.
pawn one of those rings, and you could at least like
Boosie's
I don't
very
know, get some
generous. He's
better
very
armor
generous.
than that
Uh,
shit you're wearing.
He did have this one robe though. It was missing a piece.
I will tell you what. I will
A
very,
little
very
tattered one.
And he's
I'd
told me
say.
this story. He's told me this story.
No, I haven't told you
Okay.
this story.
I'll tell you what.
It's
Go
definitely
to the
not gonna be
stables.
like, oh, by the way, I'm kind of a bitch.
I will very quickly go over there and speak with Edgar. I will tell him it is an emergency. I will use all of the persuasion I have to let him know that something very serious is going on. And
We're almost
forthwith,
done
in
this.
no time
It's
at all,
almost done.
I will come and meet you at the stables. That way, I'm keeping
The
my
stables?
promise, and hopefully,
Stables?
I'll go
likely,
so you don't have to.
likely, I
Why not
will
here
be
at the
able to
Yawning
bring
Portal?
him to you quickly. But
Edward
I
wouldn't go to
think
the
you would
stables.
understand
Yeah.
that
Right.
I need a brief moment to tell him that I have someone coming. In fact, if you were to show up on your own, or if I were to bring you without speaking with him first, it would be less likely that he would tell us anything. So please do me the respect of showing respect to my friend and patron, and I will be back. I will let him know it is urgent, and I will be back today with an answer for you and most probably a meeting.
But I'll
Whatever
come
you
with you,
choose
right,
to do-
Lucy? I can come with you, right?
Have you met him, Edgar, before?
I've got no idea. He sounds like a good guy. If he's a
He
friend of
does sound like a
Lucy's,
good
he's
guy.
a friend of Beebop.
Well,
I
you know,
think
you're
we should-
probably not wrong,
I
but
think we should trust him.
Trust him, of course you can
I
trust
have
Lucy
brought
or the
people
Blue.
uninvited to Edgar's before, and I found out very quickly that was a mistake. Edwards. I found out that was a mistake. So out of respect to him, but it'll hardly take any more time for me to have that conversation with him and
I'll
bring you
make
back.
sure that he shows how important this is to Edward and makes Edward understand the severity of this.
Absolutely.
Time is
Now
of
this
the
guy I
essence,
trust.
For I know
I've given you no reason to
that the
distrust
demons
me
are
yet.
also
Aside from
hunting
your
the gem of
lineage.
light as we speak.
Lineage.
And the
Lineage. So I'm a
demons,
human.
as you know,
Right.
have had
There's
many,
that.
many years to also research it. So if it's information that I know that the gem of light is somewhere near Waterdeep, then we can assume that someone in the demon world also knows this same information.
And
But
just
I mean,
before I go, and I
We're
plan
putting
on-
a whole bunch of faith and wasting a whole lot of time and trusting this.
Hold on,
Yes,
hold
but our
on.
friend-
I am trying
but
to
our
save
friend
you
Beebop-
time. To
our
be
friend
very
Beebop-
clear, I'm saving you time. You will have no success with this man.
This remains to be seen.
You'll have no success with this man until I've
So I
spoken
will,
with him first.
I will pull Usador to his feet and say, "We must be off to go
We'll
and
be
talk
off
to Edward."
immediately, and we will be back. And me paving the way for you will indeed save us far more time, days even, than it would if you were to come right away.
I will meet you at the stables.
Wonderful.
In how long?
I will endeavor to do this in less than an hour, but I better get moving.
An hour.
The stables, we have to leave the Yawning Portal.
You stay.
And if
Yes,
he
yes.
isn't there, keep in mind if he isn't there, it would be an equal amount of time because I'd have to find him in any case. But my goal will be to be there and back within an hour. That is what I will attempt to do. If I'm not there sooner, it was because
Can you
of
make it show
unavoidable
the comments
differences.
inside? I just want to make sure that it's still like. I mean, okay, it still says live and everything.
Are
like
we
that.
hanging till about
Just
10?
Make it go.
Until whatever.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Good. It's still working. Excellent. That's all I care about.
I can. I think we can afford an hour.
I
mean,
I can't quantify the amount of time that we have. That's all I know is that I don't know anything, and that puts me in a strange position because normally I
you know,
tell
the
these
certain
things.
and
but-
Beebop would know the certain mannerisms he's saying is. I think we can put faith in him and the little hand gestures he's
Oh, if
doing.
there's-
He means he's going to be following them when they go.
Oh, I know that
You
you
gotta
should
make sure that they stay
I
on
know
the right
Usador the
path.
Blue, Archon of all that is good, bringer of light, and and savior of children, slayer of hags, and blah blah. I know
Oh,
that
God.
Usador would never betray us. He's one of those people. He's one of those people. I agree, but it is what it is. I wouldn't have brought you to Usador if I did not feel like he would be the right person to come to, especially this near Waterdeep.
You see, he's got powerful friends.
He has many powerful
We've
friends.
lost a few powerful friends. We need to replenish our ranks before we
Oh, I
again.
don't know if he's quite as powerful as our friends, but it's hard to find quality adventurers in these days. But he's what we've got to work with, and he's an immediate ally of mine who I've known for a good long time.
I'm putting hand gestures in that maybe Beebop doesn't recognize, but the demon should. But I'll be following them to make sure that they go where they say they're going.
Very well, you've done so. Yep. Do you have any abilities that would make you be able to hide really well?
Oh, which one do you want me to use?
I want you to use your best one. Tell me what it is.
Is it a combination of Mask of the Wild, Hide in Plain Sight, or my ridiculously high dexterity?
Well, which one is your higher roll?
No, they all play into the same role.
All right, so which one? So what I'll do is I'll give you your highest one of those bonuses with advantage, and then an additional, since you got two of them, an additional +1, and then you two
If
can
he's
roll.
in the city, should he have advantage for being
Not
in
for Mask of the
environment?
Wild unless it's winding or something like that.
but
But
then
I can
you
just
two,
I can just stand in one place for a minute and hide.
I'll let you two,
That's
whoever's the
pretty
higher perception, I'll let you guys do perception with advantage, since the two of you will be looking out as well.
Okay.
So,
So you're
do
gonna
any of you have
follow us.
perception?
I make my roll against their passive. Generally, the way that
Against
works.
passive?
Well, fine.
I
then
roll against passive.
I'm gonna let them. I'm
My
gonna let
passive
them roll
is
because
high. Where do I
they're
find
sus. Is my
Are they
anticipation.
sus? Okay.
I'm assuming
Yours
with
will be
his
higher than mine.
speech that they're sus.
I think it's 17.
That's
But
why
you
I
can
was
roll with
doing that.
advantage. You can roll with advantage.
My passive is 17.
Plus 19.
Oh, Jesus.
Plus 19.
So 27. Because hide and
Jesus.
if I spend a minute, I get a +10 on my hide.
All
check.
right. So you don't know,
So like
but
20.
he's behind you guys.
I'm
know.
staying at a distance.
No, you
I'm
We don't know.
You don't know.
you have
All right.
no idea.
So
So I am
I'm
the
go-
fucking knight.
He's just making sure that you're going to this Edwards.
Somewhere.
Place.
So what
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I want to know where this actual place is.
So
For
you
myself?
you see that it's like this really nice estate right in the middle of Waterdeep with
Figures.
lots of mages, just one sorcerer type mages, and mages that don't seem quite right,
Sorcerers are better than mages.
wandering the premise.
If they come
basically.
about it naturally.
Yeah.
So because Usador is Usador, I'm going to
Something is forced.
try and whisper in his ear, but say it way too loud, and gonna be like, okay, this seems like a very serious situation, and I have no reason to disbelieve these other people. I'm whispering, but not whispering. But this Beebop guy, and I explained the
And
whole thing with
perception's
Beebop.
like-
I'm like, he is completely untrustworthy. He's a murderer, and
Well, technically, he's not really a murderer.
well,
He's killed people, but he hasn't killed friends or anything like that. It's
but
just kinda friendly.
but he's a thief. He tried to
That's
frame
true.
me, and he's
That's true.
dangerous.
That's true.
So I want to be clear. There's no trusting Beebop. These other gentlemen here,
Also
though,
probably true.
I have no reason to distrust them, and I'm interested in your feeling about them because I have no more information. But I'll be honest. We should move on
One
this
of them
quickly.
is a demon.
If there's any chance
He's
whatsoever,
a demon.
if there's any
It's not
chance
good.
whatsoever that this is true, we need to jump on it. But I think it's pretty clear. I'm a man of great wisdom
think
and
they're
knowledge,
walking
but
and talking.
I am a humble man as well. If I'm anything, I'm humble, and
Ooh, look! I finally finished this disgusting swill.
if anything, I'm not. If I'm not anything, I'm humble, and I do recognize that this gentleman Edgar and all of the friends he has, they will be able to judge this situation
Gross.
better.
Yeah, Edmund should.
They're clean,
And
but
then-
that one's not clean. That one's clean.
So we will go and
Right,
talk
right,
to
right.
him, but it would have been incredibly inappropriate, and certainly wouldn't have helped anybody to solve this dilemma if we brought these people.
No,
first.
we can just show up on his door. So let's go talk to him. And
Let's go
Okay,
talk to
alright,
him.
alright.
So I'm
not
assuming
as-
you hear
I'm
all
not
of
as big
this.
as you.
I'm assuming you
Can we
hear all of
judge
this,
Adam?
and probably think that I'm telling the truth at this point.
And
Let me
you
make
got
an
a good
insight check.
relationship
Everything you've said hasn't been false, but I'm gonna roll to see if I believe it. This is a great fucking die.
What'd
Yeah.
you do?
19.
Damn, 20, 19, 19?
2 20s today.
And I am telling the truth. I mean all of this. So
Oh yeah,
It's all true.
he believes you.
But his experience with Beebop has been nothing but positive so far. Just so you
He's
know.
a fucking drunk, and you can't.
Yep.
But again, wealth has no meaning to me. He's just fucking just wasting
But-
resources.
but he does he has heard, he believes that what I'm saying is true.
Mhm.
And he has heard that I've given the entire story of why I don't trust Beebop.
Yep.
That he's violent and deceptive, and I've given specifics about everything he's done to anybody that I've ever seen.
You got it.
but you're still heading in the same direction.
Mhm.
Perfect. And you even know absolutely you don't know you're being followed.
Don't know you're being followed, but we're going to see
Yep.
Edmund. You know that we're doing it in good faith.
I'm just blending in with the crowd of people.
It's completely uneventful, just so you know your journey there. Completely uneventful. You just wander down until you eventually arrive at the gates of the Elden Ring estate, which
Fuck
is now
me.
also the school for gifted youngsters.
Fuck me.
So you're gonna have a problem slipping through these gates, though, because the gates themselves are magically warded, have a lot of
Like
like
using
spells
magic.
on them. I'm saying that the gates to get into the Elden Ring
Luna?
estate
Oh no, that's
are
okay.
warded
They're okay. That's
Luna,
fine.
are you jumping out?
because they don't
at
want
this
just
point?
randoms coming into there
Yep, I'm
because
just
that
watching-
has
they're
to
coming
be
to-
protected.
Apparently, this guy is some great mage to
Yep.
live in such finery.
You can tell that he's a great mage to live in such fun. Absolutely, that all checks out. And you see the sorcerers.
I look
wandering
around for a
across.
nearby rooftop.
You see many rooftops, many parapets, many.
Is there an
So
alleyway I can get on
Luna's,
top of all
Luna's
that, having
jumped
to go into a
out and
building?
she's
There
hanging with
is.
us.
Do I have to make a climb check, or do you want me to just?
I want you to make the climb check. You could roll a 1. Okay. Dice has got to give one up soon. It's due.
Acrobatics. Parkour up top 13
You're
plus.
You're in.
Okay, 9.
You're in. They've only put the wards. It's a very high fence and very dangerous at the top of the spikes, but they've only magically warded the main gate.
Yeah,
Right.
This
for
is my
You're
jam.
in. Yep.
So I'm not in. I'm just up on top of a roof.
Yeah.
Now using my sharpshooter feet. That's a feet.
Okay.
I'm looking at the trajectory of where he's walking and looking for windows so I can see if I can pinpoint the area of the compound where he's going.
Well, once they enter through the gates, through the doors to get into the estate, you can't really tell anything else.
Okay, so I'm just going to observe, looking through all the windows, looking
Yeah.
for any sign that I can see them.
The windows
Or what's
themselves
going on.
shimmer in the same way that the gate shimmers. So the courtyard might not be magically protected at this point, but all the entry points into the estate, you can kind of get that feeling that
Just so I know,
They are-
do I feel like it would be possible to get into the compound from these rooftops?
you feel like it might be possible. You're
Fine,
fairly
I'm not
confident.
saying
in
I'm
your
going to do it.
abilities. Yeah.
I'm just saying if it would be possible, I would think I would be able to
You
assess that.
feel like it may be possible, but
A stretch.
you don't know what
perhaps.
kind of magic or what kind of barriers or what kind of warding that there might be
Throw a rock.
around. When you throw the rock, give me an attack roll for a window. I'm assuming. Are you
No.
trying to break a window?
I'm just throwing it over the fence. Just throwing it
okay.
over the
It goes
gate.
over
and
the
see
fence. It goes over the gate and lands. In
That's
the
all I need to know.
That's it.
Thank you. I can get over the top of
You can get over the
That's
top of the
all
fence.
I needed to know.
Can't necessarily make it into the estate, but you can go over the fence into the courtyard. That's
That's
right.
what
Yep.
I meant.
Yep.
That's what I
No
wanted.
problem. In fact, no problem. Main gate. If you were to throw the rock at the main gate, it would be magically repelled.
But I'm just throwing it over the walls to see if it's
You're
like a
good.
dome or if it's like a. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So I know.
They don't have that much magic.
It's
No,
just,
they
it's
can't
just,
dome out the area.
it's
Which
just so I know.
that'd be cool. Or else you'd be domed out and you wouldn't be able to acrobatics your way up.
I'm just on an exterior rooftop of another random building.
Oh, I
nearby.
thought that you were trying to get to like
No,
another
somewhere where they're not
estate.
going to notice me on a
Okay.
nearby rooftop nearby across the
Oh,
street.
you threw the rock into the courtyard.
That's all I
It
need
was
to know.
fine.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay. So we're
I try and throw it
approaching-
down the well. Does it go? Do I make it down the well?
down the well you do. There's a rock in the well.
So I go up and
Swish.
I'm over the top, but I would imagine the people there are just rolling their eyes at this point, probably not caring. I'm like screaming. And this is out of the Lord of the Rings, if you'd read the book. Fear, fire, foes awake! Fear, fire, foes awake! and I'm going in,
People definitely give you just a weird look. They're like, Usador, what are you doing? You've been here many times before. Like,
and
what?
and,
What's your
and
deal?
It's the middle of the afternoon.
I'm like, there could be a imminent demon attack.
Holy shit. As soon as you start saying that, some of the sorceresses are looking at each other. You're causing panic amongst the sorceresses. And they're
my
basically
acid,
starting
man.
to run around.
We
A demon
need
attack,
to-
a demon attack.
Not this right this second, but we gotta do something about
Get
it.
our wards. Put up the wards.
Not yet.
Well, why are you
We-
saying that then? What are you doing,
Maybe
Usador? man?
imminent in the
You're always
like a
doing
week
this
from
shit, Usador.
like a
You're
week from
always
now.
doing this.
Imminent as in we've got about like 7 days.
How
but
do
it's
you know these
big.
things?
I
You know
need
what?
to talk
You're the
to.
boy who cried wolf. They
Do
were
I
like,
hear the
kind of- they're
commotion?
just like,
No,
oh,
I'm
you're
not.
the
I've
commotion,
been right all the
Usador.
time.
Do I hear the
God
commotion?
damn it, Yes, you see some
I've been
sorcerers-
right all the
some
time.
of them
So I know where they are roughly in the building
Some of them
currently.
don't hear them even saying, "Oh, it's a week from now," and they're scurrying about and stuff like that, all panicked and shit.
I know roughly where they are in the building.
You know where there's a lot of panic in the building now.
I can only
Usador's gone
assume.
in screaming, "There's a demon attack that's imminent!" And no, I take it back.
Now
I
to be
take it
clear,
back.
I'm definitely not the boy who cried wolf.
Oh,
Everything
right
that
now,
we've talked about, it has happened. It's
Oh.
happened.
We'll-
I might not.
Hey, that-
I
that's
might be
why they're
seen as a
scurrying right now,
nutcase,
buddy.
but
They-
I'm definitely
yeah.
seen as someone who has been
And
more
that's
right
why
than
when you
not
said it's a
on
demon
big
attack,
stuff.
some are scurrying about.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, it's a demon attack! Quick, get the words ready. Grab your scrolls. Get your wands."
I'm and no one sees me shake my head. I'm shaking my head.
Classic. What do you think about this?
Yeah,
uh,
Tello is not also unsure about what's happening at this point.
Okay, so I'm
so
asking
far, very
obviously
negative
to,
impression. I'm assuming of
to
Usador.
speak to Edmund, right?
Edmund's actually in right now. He's just in his study, just chilling with a brandy, talking to Aurora. They're designing ways, talking about the taxes that are being levied against them, and the best way to pay the least amount of taxes. And
What's that, love? Luna, my love. What is it, dear?
I don't think she's talking to you.
I think
She says the boy.
the boy.
That's probably your son. What she's talking about.
The boy.
One of
The
them's probably
son?
awake.
I have a son?
Don't you have two?
I
No,
have
we're
children.
talking real world.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
tried.
What
What
about
about this
the
for
boy?
real life? Let's do this for
We're
real
all
life.
thirty.
Looking at him.
This is the real life.
Which boy?
I got a game. That's the
So anyway,
LARPing
all right.
move. You do
So
this
anyway,
when you're talking. In
So,
real
because
life.
I could
Do
hear
I have to
someone
go
else in the
home and
background.
deal with this? Lou. Oh. Should be in bed.
Yeah, no
What's
shit.
up?
So I know roughly where they are in the
Someone
building.
else's problem right now.
So I know where they are in the
Might
building.
be my problem. We'll have to see.
So I'll see
Oh, okay.
Aurora.
Oh yeah. So I guess what? He's just walking the strange turtle man straight in, but he's not taking this weirdo straight in. I see how there's a double standard.
I would
here.
imagine
turtles
your
are good and elves are bad. He's clearly got a prejudice going on.
would
now.
your
Well,
species not be respected? Probably.
Well, I don't know. You just met this guy too. You know him almost as well as you know this dude.
Within 5 minutes, he said he
Yeah.
truly trusted me and we were
Yeah.
going to be best friends. So
You're in. You're tight like this.
I'm in.
So I go to Edward and I or
And I
Edmund,
put my arm on Usador's shoulder, and then I start to explain the
and I
story.
start to breathe. Calm blue
more
ocean.
yeah,
Calm blue ocean.
yeah.
Calm blue ocean.
I'll more eloquently
Oh,
express the story
oh.
that we were told, and stress the urgency of that was relayed to
So
us.
you're telling this to Edward is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is you're the one who's
Edward and
talking to
Aurora.
him.
Edward, this
All
is
right.
my third best friend.
Exclusivity trading is
Your
gone.
third best friend already. Okay.
Well, it's been a while.
What
It's
about Mogram? You don't like Mogram? He's
he's
forgotten
my
about?
fourth best friend.
Oh, so you like this guy more than Mogram already? Okay. What
Mogram,
about-
I
what
brought
about Beebop?
Mogram
You don't like
his
Beebop?
I brought Mogram his hammer axe back,
Yeah.
and his response was to almost smack me. So
I've heard nothing. No, he didn't know we'll smack you for that.
he did. I
Not
brought it
for
back.
bringing back his axe.
Yes, he did. He was like, give me that right now, and he looked like he was gonna hit me. He was not
Yeah,
cool
he's-
about it.
The book's not the only possessed object in
Oh,
the game
okay,
world
okay.
right now.
Well, I forgave him about it, but it didn't.
It's not.
like,
Let's be clear.
make me love
Wolverine
him
is
more.
not a good guy.
exactly. That's why I like the turtle guy better. That's why I
Let's be
offered him a
clear.
terrarium.
He's not a nice man.
That's insulting. quite
I've heard
frankly.
great things.
That's
Personally,
insulting.
I've heard fantastic things about
I
this.
get him a little lamp and everything.
This
Get him a little
This, like,
lamp and-
three-quarter
How do you
orc
feel about this,
barbarian.
Tell us. I need to know. Do you find it insulting the way that he's talking about you as though you're a common reptile in need of a terrarium with a light and everything?
I've realized
Came out of his
the
mouth.
ignorance that comes from Usador fairly quickly. And
I see.
I've traveled the world and
It's not
I'm
him.
used to- I've
It's not him
encountered
exclusively.
worse.
It's all humans. It's humans.
But you know, I'm doing it in a caring way, like a legitimate
When we-
It's
caring
an
way.
harmless ignorance.
when we have to feed the gods, they should go second. They're not the slowest.
Well,
It's important to feed the gods.
okay. So back on track. So
You can
relayed
tell
the
I'm
information,
legitimately
Turtle
caring.
Man. You relayed the information, Mr. T, off to Edward in lieu of Usador being the one to explain because he's a panic causing. Like,
I'm sitting down.
He's
I'm
right,
trying to breathe calmly.
Yep.
I've helped myself
Yep.
to a brandy.
So Aurora's there as well, and Edward says, "Yes, I've actually also heard of this place. In fact, many years ago, it was maybe about 50 years ago or so, a hunter was actually in a glade similar to what you described, and he found some strange relics within this glade. I don't know the location of the glade. I've heard of it, and I've gone looking for it before, but it never materialized for me. Maybe there was something that I was missing. But this hunter, he did bring me this strange sack that had within it. What are you rolling for? What are you rolling for?
I'm just
loading the
I'm
dice
just
or
rolling
what?
it. Yeah, look,
Just
there
rolling
goes
it.
the
All right.
one.
Oh man,
There goes the one.
your gambler's fella singing away.
No, exactly.
Yeah. No.
It's all part and
Where you're
parcel.
rolling
did
good. I
bring
heard you
me-
here. See if you could shake it.
I'm just checking to see if there's something inside because I was rolling really good. I'm like,
like, yeah.
It's a spider.
I'll
It
change
should change.
dice, but I mean, I just
No,
rolled a
it's-
one.
It's all good. It's interesting.
I don't know if it's adequately spaced because we got around the one here. See, it's not legitly spaced. 'Cause I bet you every side might equal 21,
So is it,
but
is
it's
it a
not
loaded
like
dice?
I don't know. It's not loaded. It's just look, all the lows are on one side and the
Right.
highs are on the
Oh,
other.
it's a countdown dice. It's
Whereas-
a countdown dice,
whereas-
not a randomized dice. That's a
it's
countdown.
like a magic dice.
Yeah, it's a countdown dice, like a life counter.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Shove
every
more over towards that table.
pardon?
Shove more over towards the table.
But every side does equal 21, so it is
Yep.
evenly spaced.
Okay,
It's just
Fair enough.
I get it. But it's a countdown die.
that's
all
that's
good.
the difference.
All
That's how you tell a legit die. Is every side has to equal 21.
Great.
Every side of a D6 equals 7 when you add up either side.
I didn't know this.
13 for
That's
D12s.
I like it.
Always that way.
Actually didn't know that.
My pleasure.
All
I
right,
didn't know that.
so-
I didn't know that either until Morgan.
So it's
explained it
kind
to
of up to you because I'm sitting
Yeah.
here.
So
and
what
I'm
sort
too
of
worked up.
relics? Because I know we're looking for a map in particular.
Well, I don't know anything about a map, but I do know that there was a hunter who came across a glade, and this was many years ago. I might be able to find these relics that he brought me. And then I went off in search of it
Trust
with
me.
the hunter, who couldn't find the exact location again.
Probably
And
doesn't hurt.
the
that I
trees
was
weren't
insistent
glowing
on
as
talking
he
to this guy
described,
first.
and
Oh,
doesn't
we were
hurt.
never
I don't
able
make
to
a good
relocate
impression.
the spot again. But
I don't like
let me
well.
go and see in my vault
Decadent.
if I can
Second
find
thing.
these
I would
items
guess
that were
that you would
brought to me so
appreciate that
many
I
years
cared
ago.
about
Perhaps they will help you
my
because.
contacts.
And you told them about the demon
Right,
invasion.
instead of
No,
just
not
doing
Because
exactly.
anything that I can
no,
do
no,
to
but
stop a
probably
demon invasion. I mean,
okay,
a
respect.
friend of
a
Usador's
little
is
tiny bit.
an acquaintance of mine.
an
Yes.
acquaintance
I don't
is
respect the boundaries.
maybe I shouldn't give
I
you
would.
the item after all.
Right?
Yeah.
He
He'll
thinks
follow you.
long
just
and
won't,
hard
you know,
about
like,
whether or not he should
he's going
even give it
regardless.
to you because of Usador's. He's a little reluctant.
Oh.
What is it?
Not 20. I was going to use my persuasion.
All right, so
which
he
I have
goes and he says,
expertise in.
"But you do seem like a trustworthy foe. The third best friend of Usador is a good friend of mine too, I suppose. So I trust you full-heartedly." And
Excellent.
he goes off and he says, "Let's see if I can find it in the vaults for you." And he and Aurora go down, and they just kind of leave you in the chambers for a little bit. And
Make friends
When
with
they-
the pigeons.
when they come back up,
What's Luna doing?
he has
There's
a
a spider in
bag.
your pocket.
No.
He
She
has a
changed.
bag for
Okay.
you, an old bread bag, and he says, "This is what was gifted to me by that hunter so many years ago. And we went back looking for this strange glade with the glowing trees, but we were never able to locate it again. And maybe they will help you on your quest. But I know not where this glade could be. I don't know what these are, but maybe they will help you. Here you are, a strange turtle man.
Ooh,
And he
gift
goes and
bags. Do
gives
they
it
have
to you.
tablets in them?
What's that?
Gift bags. Do they have tablets in them?
There you are.
Thank you, sir.
Gucci bags?
So that's what he's giving you. Let's go. Let's take a look at it with the camera.
Cycles of the moon.
Looks like it. So we'd put them in order.
There you go.
That's all you know so far. Please, do you believe my storytelling to be so simple? Ugh.
I know nothing about this. I don't even want to see them.
Nope, you're not there, so you would know nothing about it. All right, and that's what he has for you. He says, "I wish you well on your quest, but this is all that I know, and this is all that I have from all those many years ago."
Doesn't
They
matter to me,
thinner?
but what currently?
'cause
But
you
what
got-
is the
You
point?
look at the gold.
My visions are tied with the cycles of the moon. After 700 years, I've been able to isolate them that much. I'm an elf. What cycle of the moon do they correspond with? Just so I know.
This is all the cycles of the moon.
No, I
as
mean
far
my
as you know.
visions. They tie.
Your
with the
visions,
cycle
you
of the
see-
moon.
you
So
see-
I'm just asking you. Do you care what cycle of the moon, or do I get to pick a random?
I mean, you could theoretically pick a random, but I was going to say that your visions involve all the cycles. The moon's constantly changing. In your vision, some days it's full and it cycles through all of them. So, as far as your visions can tell you, if I may speak so boldly,
Sure.
what you see is you just see the moon being an ever reoccurring symbol within your
Just
dreams.
once per cycle, I have these.
Rochelle has left the room.
Okay.
She's gone to the courtyard and she's communing with nature about her vivid dream she had while she came back to the land of the living. And she's been very quiet and she's disturbed by the dream because she's more or less just woken up. So she's sitting there and she's not happy. She's just like trying to like meditate and
She's converted.
figure out
I'll have
what's
to send
going
her a
on.
message on that
Yeah.
at a later time.
just to say what's going on at this
Mhm.
point.
She's not in the room with you guys currently.
She left the room.
So
She was with us. She went into the
So I
courtyard.
see a drow in the courtyard sitting down under a tree in the sun.
Oh,
which
you
I
see a
think is-
spider, don't you?
No, she changed.
She changed
Oh.
it.
So I see a drow in the courtyard who is sitting cross-legged under a tree in the
Does this
Quiet
drow?
contemplation.
Does she know Edgar? Has she's met?
She's
Oh,
yeah.
she's been there before.
Yeah,
so
she knows
obviously
Edward.
knows
Oh,
him.
yeah.
And that means that
Yeah.
Edward. That means that the sorcerers all know her.
But
They're
for
aware
me
of
to
it,
So
see a
she's not-
drow sitting out in straight daylight
That
under a
stands
tree.
out as a little strange to you because you've never met Luna because she was in spider form.
Yeah.
So now you see this, but you don't know anything about. You don't know if she's even a companion of Uso's.
I know that there's a fucking drow above ground in the middle of the fucking day outside.
But all the sorceresses are just like
Ignoring
not
her. Yeah.
ignoring her as though she's commonplace there.
Great,
So that's
but that's fucking weird.
it is weird.
For
Any
my
drow
character,
is weird.
that's fucking weird. Not uncool.
I'd say it's
but-
uncool. You're an elf, and she's a drow. So
Yeah, but
I'd
you-
say
The
she's
strong
cool.
survive. I have survived. I may have killed a few drow in my time, but
And strangely enough, people don't seem scared of her. You must be curious about that.
I'm more
She
curious
seems
about the,
accepted. What's
I'm
going
more
on here?
curious about the fact that she's outside in the
Yeah,
fucking sun.
Yep.
That's weird.
Would that not suggest to you she's half?
No, that suggests to me that something is up. I suggest nothing aside from something is up with this drow who's outside above ground in the daytime. That's all. That's not common.
Well, I guess half
And
human,
I
half
haven't-
drows are pretty rare anyway. Right?
100, they're extremely rare. And I have the Underdark is one of my favorite terrains. So
She,
I would know
like I remember,
about
she has
drow.
some sort of sunglasses on, but like with those,
I
she's
should
not
hope
really
fucking
bothered.
so.
Yeah. She's not
wearing
wearing sunglasses.
in the
Corey
day.
Hart.
I should hope so, but like it's still weird.
She
It's
says
okay.
quality sunscreen, and she did grow up on a tropical island.
I know nothing about this.
No.
I know I see she's wearing glasses and she's outside in the day. That's weird enough for me.
The glasses part alone is probably pretty weird.
Sunglasses is probably expected.
Are really? They like would have that kind of tech and stuff like that?
They have goggles of night. I'm sure they have goggles
Alright.
of day.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, we choose to be blinded at all points in the sun.
Right.
At night, we want to.
It never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Sure, we can
Yeah.
summon meteors and blind, but
Are they
it never
magic
occurred to me
items?
to put
Are they
a
magic
shaded
items?
piece of glass in front of my eyes.
All right, so there you go.
Yeah,
There's
she
your
came with
information
those.
so
Yeah, she
far.
got those.
That's what you've managed to acquire from Edgar or Edward. Right, Edward here, so I don't miss say it.
Edgar is the necromancer.
Yep. Edgar is the one who's responsible for saving Luna, no less. The one
He needed some time
responsible for
alone.
saving Luna.
He needed some time alone with the
He
body.
did, but there was that arcane eye that was in there, making sure that he didn't, you know.
There were some leering glances.
I'm sure there were
there,
leering glances.
there was nothing untoward done.
Leering glances.
You are a paying customer. This isn't his
Well,
spare
and
time.
considering like how much Luna and Usador enjoy being voyeurs, we
There
didn't
were some
stop
lo-
the orgies. We just stopped
there
participating.
were
Probably
some.
Usador would be like, when Luna would be like, yeah, okay.
I
have
kind
a
of want to
peek.
know, hey, so Luna, how do you feel about the
There were
fact that
some
you guys are
longing
now
glances.
kind of sort of married, sort of, or betrothed, but he still wants to engage in these orgies and
Host
organize
them. He
them.
wants to
He
host.
still wants to host orgies.
So does Luna.
Being with she does.
Yeah, we're
She
both
has specified
perverts.
that. She's
Okay.
a pervert too. I don't recall her character being like, "P.S. I'm also a perv." I'll bet she would have
Dude,
thought when we
She's
get
with
together,
Usador.
I could change him. I
She
could
is with
change.
She's
Usador.
with Usador, man.
Is she with you in hopes of changing you?
She let him cover her in seeming.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then
okay.
that was a spell.
She's like
Oh, for a spell.
Rochelle says she's totally cool with indulging him.
She
But
actually
maybe
said that.
yep. So it's that here she's maybe not quite as into it, but she's good with it. She's good with it.
Kind of fucked up. But
Yeah.
All right.
Usador
You
likes
guys
the
have your
smell.
own relationship. You do what you gotta do.
Usador likes the smell.
He likes the smell.
The post-orgy scent.
Oh God. You don't just hang out at a brothel and just be like, I want to smell the bed sheets when you're done.
Wait,
Taking
let him
it
dry
in.
out. Let him dry out.
Yeah. Crusty, I like it when they're crunchy.
Oh, yeah.
Crunchy.
Save it in salt shakers.
Actually, what Usador's gotten into now is
Oh, salty.
he's like he does a play-by-play like it's a hockey game, and so he's like he's using
He
He
got one leg.
gets
his
into full
magic.
mount. He's
Yes,
got the
yes.
legs and he's in.
He's got one leg hooked up on the
1, 2,
sofa. Look
3.
at that champ pound.
Oh my God.
yeah, pretty much. No, he's made them all
D&D.
Yeah.
Now, one of the requirements for coming,
Champion.
one of the requirements
Look at
for
that
coming in
style.
is
You can
Usador.
You can see the guy in the middle there. You can
He's
tell
like,
he's the
no.
normie.
He's
The
like,
guy in the middle with the reddish beard. He's the normie.
what do the
of
rules
group.
say
He's like,
about?
"Oh, man."
No, just to paint
What
a
are the
bigger
official
picture.
rules on saving sheet crusts and salt
So,
shakers? in the
so
I'm the
just to
one
be
that
clear,
invented the rules
to come to the orgy, and they are pretty popular by this point. One thing Usador does do now is he paints a number on their back, so it can be like number 15.
like steers. Awesome. I approve.
All right, so let's head back
Inspiration
to the
point?
portal.
All right. So
Or where? Oh, why would we go back to the stables? Wouldn't we just go to the Yawning Portal?
that's what I thought. I don't know why he went to the stable.
We'll have to pay 15 gold to
He
get
actually
back in.
didn't go to the stable, so he's going to meet us at the Yawning Portal no matter what. Right?
No,
So-
I'm gonna. Once I see them leave, I'm gonna stay ahead of them and go to the stables.
Okay, we'll go wherever we are supposed to go.
Well, you can go wherever you want. This is
Yeah, we'll go.
We want to go to the stables because it's
If
more
that's-
our
If
territory.
that's where we were supposed to meet.
Is that where you
Rama.
were supposed to meet everyone, or
That's
just
what
him?
we said we'd meet him.
Okay,
Well,
so
yeah, well,
He
Not
would
everyone,
expect
just
us at
me.
the portal.
all right.
Yeah.
So you go and it's uneventful. You're at the stables.
I head back as soon as I see them
Yep.
leave. I hightail it across the roofs and head in the direction of the stables.
No problems.
Okay.
Easy stuff for you, easy breezy, and
Easy.
you're there
I
before
get
them.
I get to this. I get down from the roof. I can roll if you want.
No.
I get a couple of empty glasses off some tables. I put them on my table. And I order a beer. I order a draft from the waitress. Actually, I order 3 so that she's carrying 3 at the very far side, as far away from the door. But so
Yep.
I get a full view of both doors to the stables
Ah, clever.
in that
Yep.
chair, and that's
Yep.
where I sit.
All right. You sit. She brings your 3. She offers to clear those glasses.
Please leave them. It's okay. Thank you.
She leaves them. She leaves them. Yep. We give appearances.
All good appearances.
Sounds good. All right, there you go, guys. So you're at the stables. He's there.
I've been here for a long time, apparently.
He's got a couple empty glasses in front of him. Dude's probably been drinking the whole time you're gone. But you've only been gone for, I'd say, maybe hour and a half at this point in time. Like 15, 20 minutes to get there, 15, 20 minutes back, and a 30-minute convo. Maybe an extra, maybe a little bit longer because Edgar did have to go and
Yeah,
get you
dig
the
out.
artifacts and stuff like that. But I mean, it's within 2 hours, I'd say, and you were back.
So greetings, Rama. Sorry, took us longer than expected, but we did.
The beer here is not that bad. Steadily cold, I gotta say. And she comes with this beer. He takes a sip. He chokes it back.
I'll say,
Steadily cold, at least.
it's cold. I'll give you that. We have some information that we didn't get a location, but we did get some information. We should probably meet
Evan
Evan.
and Beebop.
Evan for sure. Just to go over this with him. Looks like it's the cycles of the moon, but we're not. You might actually know, sir.
That's just them bringing this up to me. Cycles of the moon and this glade that I know about. Is this any of this ringing a bell or triggering any things in my
You
mind?
have kind of like, since it's your backstory, I'll kind of work this into it. You have kind of like a thought for a moment of silver trees
Do we
and
roll
the
for it?
glade. No, because this is like part of your backstory, so I'm
Okay.
just going to kind of like lay it on you a little bit.
Take liberty.
So you have kind of like in your dreams that you've had of the moon, sometimes you've been looking up at the moon and you see in the glade the shimmering of silver trees around it and the moon shifting quickly between all of its phases.
almost like time
Almost
time
like
is-
time is passing
time
quickly
lapse at the same spot.
at the same spot within that glade. So, and then the moon stops as the sun comes down and it comes back up.
As the moon is moving around, I take a look at the stars that are in the sky while the moon is in the sky.
Give me a roll for
To
that
see
one.
if I can determine a specific time during this. As I consult my things. A 12, what kind of skill is it?
I'd probably say
survival.
insight or something like that.
Survival?
I'd say insight, not survival.
For nature, 'cause it's
Nature? Nature?
it's
How about
like
nature?
Yeah, I'll give you nature.
Okay, good, because I'm proficient in nature. 19.
19 total?
19 total.
From
Nice.
the positioning of the stars, it makes sense with what you've also heard the rumors are from Evan about a witching hour, meaning it's approximately midnight.
And the stars in the sky, they are specific to a time of year?
They're not.
They're not.
It's just basically like you can kind of tell based on the dusk to dawn how long it's been in that cycle that you see the fast forwarding. You've got the strong impression that it's at midnight, and the fact that Evan has talked about the witching hour seems to kind of confirm that and lead into it.
Very good. So I have an idea of roughly where it is, but I think perhaps we should head back and consult with my comrades with these really funky, what are they, slate, stone?
They actually appear to be kind of like slate, yeah,
Like slate, like hand-carved slate things.
hand carved slate, yeah.
These small tablets, we should probably take them back and let Evan look at them. He's far older than I am. He might know more about it. He's probably seen more cycles of the moon than I probably ever will. I could probably get us in fairly cheaply if you just follow my lead. Looking specifically at Usador.
I think, right?
Looking specifically at Usador as I say it.
Right.
Or he can pay full price.
So it'd be more.
We'll see.
Then we
when
head
we
to
get
the
there.
stables.
All right.
Well,
So you guys head to
Want
the
this
Yawning
next
Portal
to this?
now, right? Is what you're saying?
Mhm.
And there's that same burly guard from before that's at the front. When he sees Usador coming, he kind of rolls his eyes a bit and he says, what was yours saying that you said? Pay or play.
Pay or play.
Pay or play.
I dropped 12 gold. I dropped the 12 gold. Put it right in
He
his
takes the 12. The way you
I just shake his fist bump, give him a couple gold.
fist bump, couple
Yeah.
gold. He's like, yeah, You're cool.
He works there sometimes. He's likes his music.
I'm paying 15 gold again. I was just here earlier.
And you left, and now you're coming back.
Deb, help me out here.
He's not.
That's
paying.
not here.
Oh, right.
Tell's already gone in.
Tell
He's
us,
just,
help me here.
he just fist bumped the guy and walked
Jesus
in.
Christ.
15 for you,
I paid my 12.
like last
Oh, and
time.
Luna's a dwarf or
Oh,
elven
Luna's
guy.
coming too. 12 for Luna. 15 for you. The man with the long names. You could always play.
Who's on this? Who's on the roster tonight?
I'd
By
like
the way,
to see you play.
who's on the roster tonight? By the way, I shouted as I walk in. Who's on the roster? Is there a roster yet? We have a roster. We have a roster.
No one has chosen to play today. That's why I'd like to see this guy here. I don't have much faith in him though. 15
I'll pay
for
the
you.
15 gold.
Thank you. You may enter.
Are you thinking of playing?
No, I'm already in. I just
Oh,
want to know
already
who I'm going to bet on. I want to know what
yeah,
the roster is.
I thought maybe you
Why
were
are you
tempted.
hating on poor Usador so much?
Because you annoyed him with that long name. All he cares about is, do you have the money or are you playing? And you probably took up like 5 minutes of his time with your babbling. Yeah,
It's more like
got
30
he's got
seconds.
his eyes on you, young Usador.
Oh, Luna's not with us.
Oh, where's she?
She is deep in meditation.
Oh, cool. Sounds good.
I will get back to Luna after the game. We can arrange a meetup.
I think I'm good for another like 10, 15 minutes.
All right. Sounds good.
So we head back into the Yawning Portal. We go upstairs. We head there. I take my chair. See Evan. Turn my chair around. Spill the beans. Whatever you guys found out, where we were.
So we'll
I made sure that they were quite speedy.
we'll tell him.
Promise, as
pretty,
promised.
Bebop is pretty. He got hammed while you guys were gone. He's fucking. He's like.
I roll my
Evan doesn't seem phased at all. He doesn't seem to care about Bebop whatsoever.
Sorry, big guy. I put my hand on his shoulders and I cast a spell, and he's instantly sober.
You did that?
Yeah.
Bebop seems.
We're
More
just-
beer!
Fine, start again. But we got
He
some
does. He
business to fucking
restarts.
talk
He
to. You.
restarts.
Fuck
Oh,
your,
How powerful
your
are
fucking
you?
embarrassment.
How powerful is this guy?
Oh, you know you love
Lesser
it.
restoration's a little too strong.
Okay, all right.
I love when he does that. I love when he does that. Costs me more money than I can get drunk 3-4 times a day.
We
without
got business
passing,
to
but I love
attend
it.
to. Before you're going to start,
Ah,
I don't need you to draw aggro in the bar.
maybe next time I should play.
Just let me know if that's happening. I'll
Yes.
know where to put my money.
Good old Bebop.
Bebop, if you want to play, I'll definitely bet on you. Absolutely, you should play. You should definitely play.
Bebop would do good.
Bebop would do
I've seen
great.
it. Bebop would do good.
Yes, Bebop would do great. And I'll even totally heal you and give you a potion when you come back. Definitely.
Bebop would probably do good though. To be honest with you,
Probably would.
he'd do real good. All right, let's keep going.
So we show Evan the slates, the cycles of the moon, and
Looks like slate tablets to me with cycles of the moon on them.
I think I know roughly where something about where these are supposed to go, or something about where these, like in the area, we could probably head there and search it out. It might take, well, it depends how much noise people are going to make, depends how much company we're going to have. But
May I see? Perhaps I can help you. May I see?
Right?
So he reaches out to touch your face.
I don't swat his hand away. I don't lean into it, but I don't swat his
So he
hand
kind
away.
of touches your face. He says, I see you've been having dreams. Yes, a glade with silver trees nearby.
And I find it odd that it's always from the spot. So if I can find the location where I can see the moon at this angle, at this spot, this time of day, I should be able to get a...
The witching hour. Yes, the witching hour I saw.
I should be able to find the rough. Should be able to approximate the location, triangulate our trajectory. Do we roll for it?
So
That's what I do.
What's the deal? Well, we can roll when we choose to decide what the party's doing here. So is that
As far as my guy is concerned, I'm fairly certain that if nothing else, Eben and Beebop, who's there, in my opinion, only to draw aggro and draw attention away from me,
pretty much? Yep.
then
And do some damage.
and for me to loosen
As
up the
he's
packs.
done many times before.
That's
in
his
your
job.
party.
He does
That's
a
his
great job. He does a
sees,
great job.
Draws aggro.
Yeah, he does a great
and
job,
fucks people up.
and he draws attention.
Yep.
Right. People seem to forget about me.
Yep.
Right.
When they got a big kind of angry half orc.
Yep.
Yep.
And then, as far as I'm concerned, we can find this location.
Do you have divination of any type? Do you have any divination spells? Do you have a way to locate anything? Do you have a way to scry? A way to foresee with any of your spells?
I have primeval awareness. I have wanderer, so I know everywhere I've ever been and can get back there at any time.
We haven't been to this.
I've been
And
picked.
forests and swamps are my.
I haven't picked my last spell, so I could for next time, but it wouldn't be appropriate this time. I haven't picked the spell, but I wanted to get. What is it when you are able to locate and like watch?
Scrying.
Oh, it was a higher level spell than I wanted.
Arcane Eye? You got that?
It was a different one. It was like a level 5 or a level 4 or level 5. You could like totally watch an individual
Scrying.
and be 100% there looking at them. Level 4, is that Scry?
Yeah, are you sure? It sounds scrying to me.
I thought it was even better than Scry was the one I was looking
Scrying is fucking good.
Scrying is really good.
Was.
at. You can't Scry in Baldur's Gate.
Scrying
Have
is a level 5.
You started Baldur's Gate?
Yes, yeah. I just got off the novel list. So I still
You said level 5 for scrying?
level 5 is scrying.
Okay. I didn't grab it yet, so
Are you going to take it?
I was
Yes or no?
planning on taking it, but I wasn't
All right.
sure.
If
If you choose to take it now,
Yeah.
I will allow you to use it now. But that means that your character takes scrying.
Okay.
All right.
I will take Scrying then. I've got enough.
So here's how it's going to work. You're going to cast a scrying spell.
Okay.
What's it? Rama is going to describe the location as best he can for you, and at the same time,
So
Eben
secondhand knowledge, I can tell him all about it.
is going to hold his hands to both your face and Rama's face. Do your scrying check.
Do you want
give
to?
a plus
So-
5.
So yeah, he
Plus
gets a
5.
+5.
Because
I'll,
why is it plus
I'll-
5?
So scrying, you can see here a
Because
particular
it's going to
creature.
be secondhand.
It's a creature,
Plus
not a
5.
place.
What would it be an intelligence?
I'm
Do we
going to
get a
allow it to
bonus?
happen because he's looking through
I'm
your
gonna
eyes,
also-
kind of.
Oh
And
shit!
he's using different.
I know nothing.
Did you roll a 1? Okay, I need to know. So
Hold on. It's not him that rolls.
Oh.
The target is an object, so is a location, so it wouldn't get a save. This is on a successful save. See, all these negatives are for the person saving.
But
So
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
looking
mod-
at
If I'm
person.
casting scry,
all right, so
the person saving, it's easier because they
I'm
have
going to
a negative
modify
based
the
on my
rules
familiarity what I have with
because
them.
this is the way that I do it. I'm going to modify the rules. Your scry,
But I didn't know I needed to scry. I didn't know didn't need to roll.
I would have made you make a roll anyway
Why?
because you don't know anything about it. You're looking through someone else's mind in order to even try and discern this location. And
Okay.
you actually feel very dizzy and sick because you see the same thing that he's been
Scrying's
seeing
only a
over and
person,
over.
though.
Scrying's
I'm allowing it to be the location because he's
Okay.
looking through the eyes of
Oh, so I'm scrying on that
You're
individual.
scrying
who's-
through
So make a
Roma.
save. So make a
the
save.
Rama.
So make a save. You should make a save, not him rolling.
It's done. What's done is done.
Okay.
you feel kind of dizzy because you see his vision now, which is the cycle of the moon cycling over and over and over again, and the time lapse basically. So you see his vision of the moon cycling. You're unable to discern the location of where that could be.
Okay.
You actually feel a little sick, and that spell is burned now.
I just vomited everywhere.
You didn't necessarily
But
vomit, but you do
it's-
feel like vertigo is the best way I can
But
phrase
you
it.
kind of thought you knew where it was, anyways. Right?
Yeah. So you've got a general
I'm pretty
idea
sure I know where it is.
based on the
I can-
the astrological.
Give me some time and I can pinpoint it, but I just need to get into the area.
So why don't
Boots
you
on the ground.
Well,
Why don't
you've
you
got a
give
druid
me-
to help you as well.
Why don't you, Adam, give
Oh
me
no, you don't right now.
a
Well,
What do
before
we
we
have
leave
that can
town,
be
I'm
good
sure
for
we're
you?
grabbing Mogrim and Luna.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So
And Ryan.
we can always stop here if you guys want to. You don't necessarily have to go any further.
Yeah, I think
You
I
want to
can
rally
do
the
that.
troops, but you want me to give you a check?
Well, I mean, what are we gonna do even if you do the check right now? Like I'd say, give me a wilderness check or something like that.
A
Does that
survival
exist?
check?
A survival check.
I'll play
Nature
a
check?
song to inspire you.
All right, do it.
Which means what?
I think you had you had a D10.
Ooh,
I'm
a D fucking 10.
No, it can't be a
I
D10.
like
No way. What are you doing to him to give him a
Just give
D10?
me a second.
No way.
I like
D4 maybe. but
No,
D10?
it's
Here's
level
if you
11.
roll
It goes
the
up as
die
he goes.
and
It's
add
smart.
the number rolled to one ability check. So you roll it, yeah. I'm up. I've got 4, and it's a D10 at this level.
Holy smokes, that's
Yeah.
insane.
That's cool.
All right.
Carl and Adam, thanks for putting this together, guys.
Yeah, man.
So I can
awesome.
I can roll this here.
I'll let you roll it. Let's see if you have the general idea as to
Oh.
where to go.
15.
Wait,
Whoa.
15 plus.
All your crazy pluses.
Oh fuck, 10 plus 9. So 15
So
plus
34?
19, 34.
Nice.
So you know, based on
You
the
have a plus 19,
stars
that's insane.
Because I got
And
plus 10 from him, and I have a
and the
plus 9.
inspiration
Damn.
you feel from
Very
Mr.
cool.
T, you know the general direction of where to go to make your vision come true. You know where you're going now. And I mean, you've been seeing this for years. This isn't something that's just like, suddenly I had a vision.
No, I've been on this for like at least 50 years.
It's good that I can play into that backstory of yours.
I'm
Because
700 years old.
Yeah. Because you've almost had a premonition of this happening in that case. Is the way that you're going to look at it now that all of these pieces are
It's
falling
the
together?
same fucking image every
almost
fucking
like it's a
time. Just
premonition.
different cycles of the moon, whatever.
Yeah. So you know where you're going at this point in time.
Yeah.
You feel fairly confident that you can track it by the stars as to where this growth, the general idea at least, is going to be.
Mhm.
And you feel like you'd recognize it if you got there.
Other visions I can't control where I'm looking in the vision. It's just
Correct.
what I see.
It just is. And if you were standing in the right grove and you looked up into the sky at the witching hour,
Because I know the grove. It's a big grove.
you would see it. It's not that big. It's actually kind of secluded. It's a smaller grove. Because you can see when you look up, although it's almost like everything is kind of crashing in on you, like the trees are like coming inwards, like almost like they're looking through a fisheye. You know, when you see how they're doing that,
back.
you can still feel it. You'd still feel as though you know that you're in the right
And
spot.
am I playing this character better than the monk for you?
Definitely. Thank
I'm
you
not
for
just
playing the character.
I'm not
not
just
like an
annoying
asshole.
you like the
Yes.
No, this is fun.
Yes.
You're doing good. You're doing
Yes. So I'll take those things back into the bag for now.
Cool.
I'll give it to you next time.
All right. I am
Good to
off.
see you,
Thank
Jay.
you so much. Yeah, good to
Thanks.
see you too.
Nice,
Thanks for
Jay.
the
You back
graphic
next time?
novel.
For me,
Oh, you go
Yeah,
back to the
I'm
Red Tail
fine.
Road. Let's make sure it's still playing.
I think Luna will be okay. with
There
me
we go.
doing Silver Row.
Red Tail Rogues, say peace out.
Peace out.
There you go. There's Jay. Good job, guys. Nice
Thanks.
session today, everybody.
I don't deal with
Nice
such
session.
trivialities.
You don't deal with such trivialities.
CJ.
Until next
Okay.
week,
Later, bud.
let's do it. Peace, Jay. Woo. See, in the end there, once I turned off connecting to your internet, it actually did. No, I reconnected to your internet. I don't know if maybe it was whatevs, but
Yeah, you
all
had
right,
a bad
let's turn
connection.
it off. Phew.